fun. Was Snoop Dogg getting high all the time? Openly?
No, not on stage or anything. They probably had some kind of behind the stage.
Yeah, it had to go somewhere because that guy ain't high. That guy's high 24 hours a day.
From behind the scenes by somebody.
Good on him. Yeah. Look like, I'm sure he got paid.
Yeah, you can smell marijuana everywhere.
Hell yeah! Can you imagine that, smelling that everywhere at a Republican event? Go figure.
Well, it will be now. Nobody gives a shit.
Cats laying down with dogs.
Well, you have to keep in mind, cocaine doesn't have a scent. So that's how I roll with it.
Been here long before me. I'll be here long after. Listen, I got to
listen. I'm not there.
Get some dinner. I'll talk to you soon. Nice to see y'all. Johnny, you be well. Tina, see you guys soon. And
take care, John.
Keep an eye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'll be back in a while, maybe.
John, do you think I'm a Trump cultist?
No, you're a freedom cultist.
Yeah.
True freedom cultist.
Do you understand what I'm saying when I say I don't know if it's a scam because I don't think it's that fraudulent. I think everyone kind of knows what's happening.
I'm not. So the shades of gray, I think, can be painted, right? But if you were a 2019 Bitcoiner and you watched this happen, no matter who the person was, what you would do is you'd be like, yo, this fucking scamming shitcoiner. That's what you would say. Now, I wouldn't, because I was actually hiding in 2020.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
I met a few. Listen, Dave, hold on, let me finish. I've met a bunch of Bitcoiners, and I was like, fucking, these guys are scary, and I don't want people to know that I know them. So anyway, but I'm telling you, Dave, I've watched people, do the most ridiculous of ethnic cleansings for way less. And listen, I'm not even the one that was, I started the...
Yo, John.
Yeah.
Yes, I talked to my friend, and so candidates and PACs are all legally allowed to have raffles.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump straight up said, hey, I want them to start throwing me back 5% for everything they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought those 3 websites.
Nice.
And I have one candidate for sure, Josh Lloyd, potentially my dad, a bunch of other PACs I know, and I think I just put them on. We could be the facilitators of the mega raffles.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's sick.
That's smart.
Yeah, I think you could possibly be involved.
Yeah,
I just bought the 3 websites now, and then I'll talk to Trump, and then the back end is gonna be kind of creating spam websites.
Yeah.
Of a kind of a GoFundMe type.
Yeah. Did you see the market cap of this Trump crypto meme coin? It said that Trump accrued $59 billion.
That's very scary. That's gonna crash. Wow.
Yeah, people. Jason Calacanis, venture capital guy, somebody posted that they had invested $1 million. I think the guy was up $300 million from his original $1 million investment at 18 cents because now it's at 75 or something. So, tying the raffle into this Trump meme coin could be a good, marketing move. And if we could buy traffic on X and profitably buy traffic, we absolutely have to buy traffic if we are going to turn a decent, profit on the arbitrage.
So my advice would be to buy traffic on Bonfire or that L2. I don't like L2, but an L2 or Bonfire, where we can buy targeted data of hardcore Trump supporters in whatever area we want, and then be like, do you want to make? It's just it's appealing to gambling people. It's like, you want to make money and support Trump?
Mm-hmm.
Put in 20. The more you put in, the more you can win. because it's a 50-50 raffle.
Well, why even make it 50-50? I mean, don't we? If we're cutting him in for 5%, I mean, why don't we just take 80% of it and then kick back 15% to the winner? I mean,
well, and also give me prizes. It also gives me autographed shit. And so basically, when you apply for a license with the board on behalf of the candidate of the pack, and I have permission from Josh Lloyd. He told me to just apply on his behalf. Is you just have to tell him the ratio you want.
mm-hmm.
And I think what we need to do is take a look at what these stupid scam online video gaming companies are charging. But do you know what the payout is for those raffles? Because we need to just kind of keep it similar to that. And then we can I think we can really tap into that gamer market of all those retard Gen Z people. Are you familiar with Aiden Ross?
Mm-mm.
He's probably a billionaire. He's a piece of shit. They literally, Drake does it too. Is these gambling companies will have them they do virtual roulette. You just watch Drake play roulette and gamble on it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen that, but never.
That's probably $100 million a year,
yeah.
$1 billion a year business.
Yeah.
And so we have to figure out what's the dopamine payout where people are actually doing it, because you have to win something to want to keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
so we're basically getting a legalized gambling license is what we're doing through politics.
Yeah.
Because you can't do this if you're not, unless you spend a bunch of money to get that little stupid gaming machine in your restaurant. Or the only other way you can do this is if you're the government or not for profit. And so I think we kind of found a way in. And we should figure out what the payouts are.
Maybe you could also test that, buy me a coffee, where in order to buy one of the raffle tickets, you can get the ticket through buy me a coffee, or, finding other platforms to sell the raffle tickets on.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we'd be facilitators. We go to candidates and whatever, and it's hey, you give us, we'll help you sign the paperwork to give us the right to market the raffle however we want to market. As Trump, it's just on Mark Rice raffle, hot coffee, whatever. I think we can kind of use the system, and I talked to a legal guy. We can legally make money off of it because we're the facilitators.
Right.
And what candidate would say that? Remember when you were running? Imagine if I came to you and said, "Hey, John, because you legally had the right at that time to give me the permission to apply for a raffle using your name." I could be like, "Hey, John, I have this idea to fundraise," and I could probably have offered you any percentage, and you would have been grateful.
Mm-hmm.
How about after all the costs, after all the payout, I'll give you 50%, which is really probably 25% of revenues less.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that to candidates and causes, and they would be happy. We would be happy. The gambling addicts are also helping the cause too, because they're helping candidates.
Yeah. I mean, if you could get, buy-in by social media influencers, you could
think about a we should definitely think about this. Could be a we thing. Is it so up your alley?
Yeah, I mean, I want to work with you. It doesn't matter what we work on.
It doesn't. I think media, though, I definitely think in regards to politics, I definitely want to go on the money media side, and not I don't want to run for anything. But I would love to cover it and make movies on it, and podcasts, and the consulting side, all that.
Well, I want you to be my campaign manager on this next run that I do, because this time I'm going to get the real signatures up and down Irving Park Road. And
well, so the whole, it's really fun. It's so just to share it. I watched the whole stupid meeting of the entire downstate thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of the entire state, one of the biggest efforts is going to be 3 different Cook County Commissioner chairs. And I think one of them is yours. That you're running for. And, that's going to fuck up their whole program if their preferred person doesn't win.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking alderman, because,
that could work.
Because this gardener who resides in my area, he's loved and absolutely hated, but we are the reddest part of Chicago.
You know the funniest part is you'll actually win the primary because the Republicans won't want to run someone.
Right.
because they love him.
Exactly. So I might get on the ballot
That's
this time.
hysterical.
Yeah. And he knows me. He's confronted me. Like, he's like, "Are you that fucking guy leaving those shitty
Should we
remarks?"
pretend like you're running for county commissioner and then get signatures for Alderman?
Yeah,
that could be some G shit.
That would be smart. And you know,
and then the last day we submit them.
Did you see this, Frank Calabrese?
They'll know that you're running for something. So I think we should pretend like it's something else. Just pick something else. You pick county commissioner.
Are you getting my messages? Because I'm like harassing Sean Morrison by like retweeting all your shit. And
no.
And posting your videos.
No, I'm done talking to him.
Well, I mean, you got to look at your notifications on X.
Oh, nice. That's sick. Because I used to every day, and then I just don't want to be. It's not even the cease and desist shit. It's that apparently it would mark my news organization as spam if I keep replying to him.
Oh yeah. Well,
and I paid for the premium.
I'm messaging him over and over again, like just retweeting his shit. It's just. Anyways, you're definitely the best chef in the kitchen, dude. You are awesome.
Hey, I appreciate that. You as well. It's a big. I mean, you're the sous chef. You're just, it's a big kitchen. A lot of shit. There's no chef. There's chefs. You're one of the chefs in the best kitchen. That's how we're in the best kitchen. The G kitchen, the guy kitchen.
Yeah.
Real House Chef's kitchen. They're on the. Are you in that group text where I'm like kind of like calling people out?
I don't know.
You're not, dude. One of the guy. Because one guy said straight up that Tommy Choi is like the number 2 employee at the Illinois GOP, and he's clearly a Chinese spy. And he goes like, yeah, Tommy Choi in the group text. He goes, Tommy Choi was drunk and telling me is that he's the one that got Mark Kirk the Chinese lobbyist job. Mark Kirk's a Chinese lobbyist. And it's like, I've been working on an article on it, and some of this shit is just like documented. But I just mentioned it, and I referred back in the group text to this conversation. And George was like, "What are you talking about? I'm not sure if John Thomas is shy. I barely know Choi. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't quote me in articles. Don't quote me in articles." I didn't even mention it. I just referred that he said it. He's like, "Some of us are elected officials. You got to be careful. You got to be careful what you say." And then I'm like, "Dude, I'm quoting." I literally screenshot. I'm like, "Dude, I'm quoting you from this group text. You sent this group text to everyone here. What are you fucking talking about?" Stop tweaking. It's not an article. I'm like, you said this 2 days ago, and then he basically pretended like he said the opposite. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dude? I haven't even started on an article on Tommy Choi.
Yeah, I love.
Isn't that fucked up though? By the way, there's real CCP links to Illinois GOP now.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this state.
No, I have it. It's good. So I have the guy, and it's not like I don't think it's the whole. They run the whole thing, but they basically. It's very smart, and this happened in New York too. Is the CCP will get someone to be on staff, and like that way they have access to all the data, can kind of just like keep tabs, and delete emails, that kind of thing.
Well, did you see? Was it in Michigan where? Was it Michigan or New York? Where?
New York.
Yeah, where she it was like. It
was Cuomo and her. It was the same household and Cuomo.
Well, it was something about a Chinese manufacturing facility that went up, and basically just saying that like the Chinese are here and they're not going away, and so yeah, they're utilizing Democrats and fake ass Republicans to use our tax dollars to build their facilities to employ their employees. Like it's just never ending sellouts who don't have the intelligence, the courage, and the American will to do what has to be done. But man, tomorrow's going to be exciting, bro. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see people lose
that's why I
their
feel like
fucking
even with the
minds.
GOP, I really think Trump and Steve Bannon types are going to come and save the day. They're not going to be cool with this shit. And also, but like on my end, I think it's I really see it as an awesome media business opportunity. There's 6,900 different districts.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I helped out a bunch of candidates.
Well, we could do it on both. We don't just have to do Republicans. We can do anybody who wants to fucking.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
There's over 6,900 different districts. Let's say on average four. There's probably like 10. So there's probably 70,000 different elected officials and probably over 100,000 candidates. Is that wild?
Man,
You just would never know.
We could post ads on Craigslist to get people to go out there and sell the fucking raffle tickets.
Well, in the raffles tickets is just a proven, because people just want to gamble. We just basically need to get the raffle tickets where there's gambling. And so you can basically sell the raffle tickets next to like one of those video game poker hubs.
We could probably get the raffle ticket as like a an affiliate offer where, you know, we'll pay a commission on the sale, and have, you know, a lot of conservative publishers, you know, take our raffle offer and put it across these ad networks and get.
Imagine like my local convenience store, and I'm like, hey, sell these Trump raffles or whatever we call it, or MAGA raffles, Republican raffles, and then you have to keep this percent. You have to honestly report it.
That's nice, but like honestly, like if we can pull off a big media campaign where we can get, you know, tens of millions of customers or tens of millions of views, I mean, the on the ground shit.
I think we should just spend. I think we would make our money if I even just like as an investment. I spend like maybe even thousands of dollars of just on these like high value Republican text messages of people that give money to Republicans in the past, believe in voter fraud, all that kind of shit, and just bombard them with Trump raffle stuff. We get a ton of money.
Yeah, Trump coin hit $75 this morning, and this guy had his $1 million position. He bought it 18 cents. It's now worth $361 million. Oh, I guess an hour ago it dumped to 50.
Adrian didn't really love Sean Dorsey.
They're like, I fucking know this Adrian Dittman is tied to Max. Son of a bitch.
He kikes again. Did you see his angry clip of me where he's like, they knocked on the doors, they won the election, they did what they needed to do. The state senators, they knocked on the doors, they won the elections, they needed to do. These gadflies, these pieces of shit are the worst. You see that clip?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. It's like, but like I'm talking about Endgame. This shit would be such a good movie. Not these people specifically, but these kind of characters.
I just love how you have like spread a mind virus into these people, and like you are just sitting on their threshold of consciousness, and like anytime, you know, your name, your image is like put into their head, they're just like, ah!
Yeah, it's like Clockwork Orange. The horror of like the Sandman and Batman.
It's because it's all sitting in your brain. You know these people, you know the history. It's all mapped out inside of you, and it's like you have taken that map and put it on the internet, and they're all just like, because nobody else could have done what you've done, because it's
They
you.
could have.
No.
It's just like Google. They all lie. You could have. Anyone could have. It's not Google. What do I know though is that exclusive? I mean, there's a few things, I'll be honest.
You're organizing, and that's what you're categorizing, you're labeling, you're keywording. Like you are mapping out.
True.
You are mapping these fuckers out, and it's just, you know, it's having a major impact. I mean, in fact, I think what you've done is like you have brought down even that fat fuck, what's his face from the Chicago GOP, and what was his name? Bolton. Yeah,
Bolton.
like. You have primarily changed a lot. Like, I mean, I'm a nobody, but like you activated me, and in the process, you've activated a lot of people and changed a lot of things.
You became a public figure. I inspired someone to seek public office. It's pretty inspiring. I'm still laughing at this troll who pretend like they're running for some other shit, like mayor. Like they would, like no, it has to be more low profile. So you can because they probably spy on you or know where you're at or something. So if they see you're getting signatures, they think it's for some other shit.
Well,
and then because Alderman's probably a lot of signatures.
It is a lot of signatures. Yeah, it was a lot more than the committee person.
You have to pretend like you're like, you would have to get them yourself this time with other people, of course. But like, you have no chance if you don't try yourself.
Oh yeah, and I mean this time it's not like every signature is confirmed. Like you're an actual fucking voter. Like you're in the system.
I'll get you the voter list. We'll just get the voter list for your area, and you'll just get all the hardcore Republicans.
Yeah,
that's simple.
It's got to be done because, like you said, they're not going to run anybody, and
they're going to screw out the shit out of your signatures, and you're going to have to be. These are going to be people you're going to have to want to be able to go back to.
Yeah,
and if they're hardcore I think you unfortunately have to just do the hardcore Republican list.
It's the only Republican area of Chicago based on the Trump data rolls. So it's like this is the perfect place to run a campaign against Democrats because everybody here is technically Republican, and they
But
may.
Gardner is technically a Republican too. That's why it's hard.
I know, but not really because like he just complains.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
He's just a complainer. They're all bullshit artists, and all they do is
he's like, Brandon Johnson is bad. He's not pro-police. Like, what are you?
He's married to a black woman. He's married to a black woman, and like women and libtards were protesting outside of his office because he said the word like slut or something or whore or something, and they were calling him a racist and a white supremacist. But he concealed the fact that his wife was black, and his wife worked for Lori Lightfoot as her like personal legal counsel.
Those are some pretty big things to conceal. That'd be sick if he ran for office and got to talk about that 24/7.
Yeah,
so if you can't convince your wife to vote Republican,
the biggest thing is that this has become a communist city of thieves and criminals. And it's bankrupt, and they're borrowing $800 million a month to pay $1 billion a month nut to the pensioners. The city is totally bankrupt, and everybody's just lying, and they're all just trying to take as much as they can take before the inevitable. And tomorrow, when Trump takes office, Pritzker is saying things, and everybody's saying like, be prepared, be ready, and plan. Here's more information on how to plan. It's like, plan for what? If you obstruct justice, you yourselves will be arrested. A general in the National Guard may arrest the governor. Like that's where we're going. If they don't comply with the law and they obfuscate federal officials from taking legal actions, like then they have to be arrested. That's what Tom Homan said. He's like,
I'm voting Chuck for president.
Yeah, so it's scary because it's
you're right. I mean, you totally broke down like what's like it's like the house is on fire and they're trying to steal everything before it collapses. And then you're right that it's kind of like that's the kind of direction we're going in.
It's bankruptcy. It's Detroit. It's Detroit. Like Detroit did have to actually go through bankruptcy, and like city of Chicago with the pensions, it's the biggest crisis in the whole country. And I mean, in some ways, that's why. Like I remember one time you were like, I wish Willie Wilson won the election because it's better to have like a legitimate criminal gangster in there, you know. And it's like, because at least he'll call a spade, like he's technically like a libertarian. He may be stealing on the back end, but like maybe he would have shut down a lot of these fraudsters. Maybe not. You don't know.
I'll be back home in like 2 hours. I'll be leaving under my door. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I took a teacher.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're probably fine or something. Yeah, it's got a letter from the tollway.
Oh, because you went through and didn't pay?
I'm hooked up to the system, so that's weird. Maybe. With my phone. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, it's really annoying how it's like permanent. I don't want to have my fucking credit card in the Illinois tollway website.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, they're no longer doing those transponders. Even the tollways are like open for political debate because once they have billions of dollars in bonds.
Dude, they've been. Tollways have been on bullshit.
Yeah,
since the beginning.
But now
that's like the first head of the tollways. First head of the tollways was in my dad's office and was talking about his days with Redfield and Obama. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Man, I miss the days in Springfield where Obama would get fucked up and have sex with the fattest white hookers." He's like, thousands of people knew this. He's like, you have to buy the condoms at the 7-Eleven. Like, it's not a secret. He's like, I'm surprised that, like, he kept it up.
Well, he was also apparently in Gurnee getting blowjobs doing crack.
No. He was here. He was in West Rogers Park getting the blowjobs doing crack. The guy was in Gurnee. He says he drove. That's why, like, I don't know. So, it's actually kind of fascinating. I'm right now on Devon and Kedzie. This was Devon and Western. Mm-hmm. It's the building still exists, but it's no longer, it's not, the building's still there, but it's not active. It's called Alibis. That's the gay bar where it allegedly happened. It's still like that. And that's the reason why I'm not 100% the story is he says he drove. He said he drove from Gurnee to go to West Rogers Park. Do you believe that shit? In a limo? In a limo? That's a lot of money for some random crackhead that's going to his son or nephew's graduation. I forgot. In the naval base. It could have happened, like, because it's probably the first gay bar in Chicago at the time.
Yeah, it says that assuming the wallet, which controls 80% of the Trump meme coin, Trump's net worth is $56 billion this weekend.
What? We're just like Rome. What the hell?
Yeah, but like Preckwinkle's got to go. She's got to go. She should have been gone 10 fucking years ago, 15 years ago. Like, how the fuck is that piece of shit still there? We have to get rid of
That's why we have to find Cook County Commissioner candidates then. The real ones. Because that's what the Republican Party's get a grift on, and there is a real chance to win. Like a few of them.
Well, I mean,
they're focusing on 3.
anyways, yeah, it's.
Yeah, thanks for promoting the record. I haven't written an article because the stuff I'm working on. My main article, I'm not even sure I can discuss on the phone because it involves a Democrat.
We'll save it.
But what? It's hidden in plain sight. That's the craziest part. It's not even like a conspiracy. But are you recording?
Yeah,
John?
I'm live streaming. Yeah.
Oh, then no, we can't talk about it. Only because I don't want to get scooped. Not like I don't think it's gonna be front page news, but I think it's gonna be page like 17 because it involves a prominent Democrat, and it's interesting. It explains a mystery. So you have that to look forward to, John.
All right. Well, let me know how I can help, or if you want landing pages done, or you want me to do some tests or do some AI image generation. Because I don't know, the AI image generation stuff is awesome, and even on YouTube. So, you know,
what do you think on how we will make the economics work between us on this endeavor?
Well, whatever we make, we'll split 50-50. But I mean, in terms of like media buying, like I can set it all up, but I can only, you know, risk a little bit on media buying.
Then maybe like if whoever risks gets to pay themselves back first from profits, you know, then 50-50.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. We'll figure it out.
Reddit too could be a great source of traffic if we could do promoted ads in Reddit, like on pro-Trump Reddit threads, which there are none of. But yeah, I'm having so much fun filming all this Elon Musk shit because even in a room the other day, he's like, there's a major fucking Adrian Dittman impersonation problem on fucking YouTube. I fucking hate YouTube.
That's great. Dude, did you clip that?
Yeah.
Oh, can you clip that little clip? That'd be so funny.
Yeah, it's very like I have so many like it's just unbelievable how many fucking Elon Musk videos I have.
He says it's not real though. What's your thoughts on that? The media saying it's not him.
Oh, it's 100% him, 100%. Because I have enough clips now to where like I have fully because there are times where he switches out of like obfuscating his identity and then he'll go right back into being Elon and talking about like the Starship launch and how we're doing this and how we're doing that. And it's just like, okay, this is Elon talking as Elon. And then so it's like, once you have enough clips, you're like 100%. And then there's so many other influencers and popular YouTubers that have had conversations and posts. There's just a mountain of evidence. And I think at least when conservative media outlets say that it's not him, they're basically playing the inside joke, because at this point it's become an inside joke. So it is what it is. But like, he might go live tonight, he might not. Last night he just played Diablo.
I think that's AI, by the way. That's the new conspiracy theory too, is that he's having AI made Diablo because he live streamed it and apparently it's not that good.
Well, he also has a cough where he goes
I've heard that.
He's got a real bad respiratory infection. I don't know what. See, that's the thing is like he's trying to fulfill his dreams, but like he may also fucking die. You know, he does have the Zav. He does eat buttered steak. He's not he's like his fitness push-up challenge is 10 push-ups a day. And
Are you serious?
yeah, he does this push-up challenge now, and he's like got this
special needs
steak challenge, cook your steak and post your steak. Like it's 100% him. And so anybody who says it's not him is a total waste of time because like they just don't care about what he has to say.
Said it. And so it's probably bullshit.
It's all bullshit. They don't want to give him attention. They hate him. So they don't want anything they push out, it's always got to be negative. But if they give him access and they say, hey, if you want to listen to him every night, go to, they're not going to support him. So it is what it is. But tomorrow, man, like I think a lot, like I just hope, I don't know, it's going to be very exciting to see what happens because like we are going to watch the collective liberal hive mind implode, and it's like they will be so activated and they will have to exert so much energy that like we are about to go into an incredible era or period of tremendous chaos, incredible chaos,
Absolutely.
Which is good because with great, this is what everybody lives off of, which is basically, I mean, chaos creates opportunity. Somebody told me on Clubhouse once, it's like Jacob's ladder, where if there's chaos, it gives you that ability to climb. So I don't know. It's like, it's good, but it's also bad. It's a double-edged sword.
But that's why, like, one rabbi told me, a friend rabbi, said that, like the reason why, like prostitutes in a sense are good because they give men the opportunity to say no to something bad. And so, a hero is marked by, like, the challenges they go up against. And so all this, like, corruption, all these bad things is, like, on one hand, if you want to look at it, as an opportunity to kind of prove yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Yetzer Hara where you got to turn, and then if you have a lot of Yetzer Hara, it's a good thing in the sense that you can say no to it, like you said, and then do the good. I mean, in the sense that, like, if the federal government, and Trump, like, actually cracks down on these liberal cities, and acts as if, they're the dominant power and judicial force, like, we're going to basically right the ship, get the rats off of the ship and do it without, having any, like, major catastrophe as a result. Like, it's just, I mean, the fact is, like, fucking everybody, like, if you follow all these, like, Chicago's just infested. Like, there's not one person in city council. It's really conservative per se. I mean, like, because none of them have the balls to really stand up to major issues. I mean, why isn't Gardner outside of the Standard Hotel, like, with a camera, like, documenting it for his constituents to let everybody know how the city has fallen? And there's just so many examples you could say where it's like, it's just.
He's with it. That's crazy. He said about his wife. I didn't know that. That's real.
Yeah. He concealed the identity of his wife.
She worked for what? Lightfoot?
Yeah, directly. Like,
how so?
I could Google it for you, but that's what it is. She worked for Lightfoot in the administration. And so, like, he's connected to the administration. I mean, he is an Irish, pro-Palestinian, Jew-hating anti-Semite. He goes to he goes to the mosque here and he prays with the Muslims, and he's one word away from saying death to Israel. Like, he's a fucking, people hate him though. Like, the left
they do. I've seen like Facebook groups against him and stuff.
You remember how you were talking about, like, they can't delete comments? Well, the city just paid $150,000 for a federal lawsuit because Gardner was deleting comments. Did you see that?
Wow. No.
Yeah, like,
you mess him up. It'd be hysterical to have a Republican opponent. Oh, here's the thing too, John. Here's a crazy situation. Imagine you win the Republican primary because no one else runs, and then let's say the Democrat primary is Gardner. That'd be the funniest situation ever. Imagine if it was you versus socialists.
Two bald assholes, but
he loses. I'm saying Carter Garner's a Democrat. Imagine if Garner loses the Democratic primary.
He's very well organized, and he's got Novak
They
construction.
hate him though.
They hate him. I see what you're saying, because they're going to run another Democrat against him.
And then also a lot of Republicans will vote in the Democratic primary.
Mhm.
Now they won't because they have you in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That changed it a little bit.
And I have a little name recognition from the first run, and people hate me already because they're like, he's that asshole using the homeless person in his political candidacy. Piece
People
of
don't
shit.
even know you. If you just have a sign out there that's saying that you're running for alderman as a Republican, it will kind of signal people that they should vote in the Republican primary.
Yeah. And my building here on Central is like the perfect access corridor for tons of eyeballs. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if my building gets shot at after I put up a Republican alderman sign, but I'd be willing. I could live with that. That would just bring more publicity and more donations.
And if Garner, let me say hysterical, if Garner loses the primary.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The great difficulty is really in getting those signatures, whether it's 1,500 or 3,000 or whatever the number was.
It's my business.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd be willing to really, really do a lot of physical work and not wasted like sitting at that fucking train stop, because that proved to be a big failure. I would have been much better off.
Business, though.
Well, the smart business is not on the ground. The smart business is in the digital media communication, the media buying, the sophisticated.
Full service, though. Everything. If I'm the middleman, it doesn't matter. If I'm just connecting someone that wants to get signatures and then getting a fee, I'm just a facilitator. I should be facilitating everything.
Yeah, you want to be the nexus between the nodes.
The most money, though, you're right, is in the ad buying. But all these people are losing money because that's not the biggest pain point. You can find an ad buyer. It's your options to find signature gatherers sucks.
Well, this time I know that it's literally you got to pay people like.
Not in the marketplace, though. The marketplace right now sucks. I can I think change the game by kind of training people and then pairing them up where they just kind of make enough money. I wonder how much it would take to what do you think would be the minimum amount to make it where you get normal people getting signatures? Or would you have to weaponize volunteers? Republicans.com?
Well, it's interesting. Like in the training portion of it, Saul Dialinsky's Rules for Radicals. Like I have a first edition copy, and the whole beginning is basically on Taoism and Buddhism, because it goes into at length about organizing and getting no's, meaning that like only if you can get tons of no's can you even start to organize and get to the yeses. So we could use Saul Dialinsky's manual as the basis of our training program, because the reverse psychology of it is actually logical. I just think it would be funny to like reverse the rules for radicals in our own organization.
Well, that guy wrote the book on it.
I know, but I'm saying we use it. We use it.
We should do it. Yeah, we absolutely should do it.
Yeah, but then we actually tell our supporters like why we're using it, but why we don't also believe in it, in the sense that it is a Marxist socialist tactic for organizing. But what we want to truly achieve is liberty from this oppressive taxation system and special interest bullshit. Like I took this teacher out on a date. She's in the CTU in the union, and she was telling me all this dirt about that fucking piece of shit. What's her face? She's making $400,000 a year as the president of the Chicago Teachers Union, Stacey Davis. Anyways, it's just the criticism never fucking ends, because it's just like fucking city council and these aldermen, they are the worst, man. Like just the fucking worst. Some of them are just so fucking petty and disgusting. Like that, this one alderman, can't remember his name, but like he wants to lower the speed limit to 25 miles per hour. And he's like, I could just think of the hundreds of children's lives that's what we will save over the next 5 years. It's incalculable.
Is he serious?
It's like,
what a pussy.
I don't know. People are just like, people are weird, man. Like, how did weird?
Is there a video of him? Is he crying?
It was in a news article. I think it was a quote. But he's a crybaby, so like you could hear him. I could just hear him. Anyways, all right. Well, stay organized. Keep organizing.
Let's make it 5 miles per hour. I can't sleep tonight.
It's already at 25 miles per hour. If you go over 30, you're getting ticketed. Dude,
we should make it 5.
I took a left at a red light and you get popped. You know, it's like 200. It's like they mail you bills now for hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for taking a left at an orange light. You can't take a left at an orange light anymore. It's wild. Like this, and they're only installing more. And people on the south side, they take their stolen cars and run them right over.
That's wild.
They don't want to get tracked.
I thought they were unconstitutional. What happened to that? Is that over?
They're going to spend $30 million installing more red light and speeding cameras, and the return on investment, if people actually comply, well, then that investment is a negative return on investment. But they know the statistics, and they say, well, a $30 million investment over 3 years will generate, $85 million. They're like, oh, it's a good investment. But what if the population actually starts conforming to the speed? It's like, okay, well, then you're not going to make any money on that investment, and it's just a tax. It's bullshit. It's all fraud. It's all fraud. It's all fraud through words, basically. Just using words to dish out money, but knowing the back end numbers don't back out, and let alone it. This city is just so fucked, man. It's the scariest part is knowing that like the south side, the southwest side, like when you look at those voter rolls, people down there aren't voting. So it's like there is like a black mafia, which in many ways is like manipulating the city. Like Brandon Johnson does not want to lose control of the power, like, and even anyways, the city is culturally fucked.
It's burning. It's messed up. But we can change it, and we can have fun. And I want to be I don't want to be on the political end. I want to be in the business media end. And that's why, as a business, I have a responsibility to work with both parties.
Well, look at Soros. Look at Soros. They are the example. I mean,
no, they don't. No, they work with one party. They're bullshit. Soros would be cool if they said there needs to be more businesses in the political marketplace. Right now, you have these businesses pretending like they're a political organization. Soros pretends like they have a political mission. They just have really big hearts, and they want Republicans to start winning. When really they're just a shitty consulting business. That's what's wrong. It's the misrepresentation. If there were more people that were like available, because like I would say the big pain points are one, obviously fundraising, two, like the kind of website, social media, and then three, the signatures. And there's just not that many people in the marketplace for all that. Campaign manager. Have you seen the marketplace for campaign managers in Illinois?
Well, you got guys like Marshall Rankin, who votes Joe
Biden.
Biden.
It's like the Addams family. Like that creature that got signatures for you. He's a perfect campaign manager, right? That's the marketplace. It's insane. There needs to be a better marketplace. It'd be better for, obviously, I'm a conservative, so it'd be better for Republicans. But it'd be better for everyone.
All right, well, have a good evening. I'll talk with you soon.
Absolutely. Good talking to you.
Okay, sure. How are your leftovers? How are you? How's the kale?
We bought that life.
Would you put it on your Instagram one for you?
No, give one to Lexi and give her put the itching powder in her dress and give it to Lexi. Yeah. Get her like that. Sweet like that. Itching powder. Bitch gonna fucking think she has.
I love to see you try, you dirty little snake out there. I can't wait for 10 years to look at your face and it looks disgusting.
Because
you're
fat.
too much plastic surgery. It's gonna be all nasty and fucking.
A black guy said something that a white person doesn't like.
When Great Britain did that shit, they to the Aboriginal Australians. So they had a crime problem in Great Britain and shit, right? With the with the white criminals and shit. So the British. So they sent them niggas, all they prisoners to Australia, and them niggas wiped out one of the tribes out there. I think it's called the Tasmanians. I forgot the name.
Yes, Tasmanians.
Yeah, they wiped them niggas out, bro. And it was the criminals that did that shit. So he basically saying that a lot of people have a crime problem in their countries, and they're bringing them to America. Now this shit kind of, now if you look at LA, right? LA it looks like it's like, because it's diverse, but it's a lot of racial tension, it's a lot of segregation, it's a lot of shit going on, and a lot of these criminals.
Our business here is not to know all things, but those which concern our conduct. If we can find out those measures whereby a rational creature put in that state in which man is in this world.
I'm saying, so when they gonna get the, you know what I'm saying, when they gonna get this?
So how did Thug get out of jail but not Lucci yet?
Lucci out of jail. I think Lucci out of jail now. Going to the halfway house. Yeah.
Oh, Lucci going to the halfway house?
That
That nigga gonna be famous as fucking in the halfway house.
That's the old news, Jay. The media been out of control. But we don't got no snow here, but it's cold as I don't know what, it's 1 degree out here.
What's up, Dragons?
How's it going?
Man, any day above ground's a great day. How you doing?
Good. Yep, all good.
You got your seats for the inauguration tomorrow?
Absolutely not.
I forgot that your part of the country is dead.
What do you think of
How's the
the
kill on day number
2
2?
coins that dropped? I don't know about a Melania coin, if that's just a rumor, but certainly Trump coin is real.
Dude, I don't care. If let him make money. You know, how much? I mean, this guy's a billionaire anyway. Like, honestly, Dragons, if this is what people are focused on, this country's really fucked. What's up, Raj?
Jay, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. And yourself?
Good. I'm cold. Damn cold down here, brother.
Yeah, you know, you guys are getting some of that polar vortex.
You are correct.
You'll be all right. Listen, as long as Ted Cruz is not going to Cancun, you'll be all right.
You are correct again.
I don't know how that guy keeps getting reelected, to be honest.
Democrats cannot win any major seat in the state of Texas. Just FYI, JB.
Well, you've had Democratic governors, wasn't there? Richard's Democrat.
That's the last one. No senators, no governors.
Long time ago.
No, and there's just a couple congressmen.
Jake, as you say, I'm dating myself.
Maybe a little bit. Okay, so JB, what do you think we all ought to be focused?
I thought Ms. PB brought up a good point. Let's see what executive actions he signs tomorrow and how he follows through on them. There's supposedly going to be mass deportation starting tomorrow in New York and Chicago. We'll see.
And how do you think about that? What do you think about
I'm okay with it. If you're going to get rid of the criminals, you're going to get rid of... Listen, there's people that come to this country and work their ass off legally, get their citizenship legally. I got no problems with them. But these people that come overstay their welcome, who steal from the system, yeah, I think it's time. Something has to be done, Dragons. I mean, if you disagree, that's fine.
No, I in general, I do agree with you. I mean, certainly people who commit crimes should be, deported. But then you get to, okay, well, what crimes? Like, I was out in the courthouse the other day, and there was some guy, young guy, probably almost certainly not legally here, and he got popped for a drunk drive or something, So do we deport him?
Felonies. Convicted felonies. Simple answer.
Well, here's the thing, and not just immigration.
How does it drive him?
Well, exactly, Petey. But Dragons, here's the thing, real quick. And this is my opinion from the people I've spoken to around the country. There's a sense of relief that he's coming in because he's going to make everybody more money. At least that's what people hope and believe. He's going to stir the economy. And to be honest with you, Dragons, the Democrats should be ashamed of themselves that they didn't remove Biden years ago.
I don't disagree with you on Biden. I thought, what was done was wrong, in a word. I don't know. We'll just see what he does, and I hope he does the right things and makes everybody rich, not just his family.
Well, I got a question. Like people say, deport the felons, right? Let's use the guy, for example, who murdered and raped the young girl. You're going to deport him, so he's going to be free when he goes back home and possibly cross the border again. Like exactly think that through when we say deport the felons. Like you're gonna leave some other country is going to house a criminal and pay for them to be in jail in Venezuela or whatever country. They're going to pay for it, or are they going to release that person? So I think we really need to think about when we say deport the felons, like what does that actually look like?
Well, they have to do their time here first before they get deported, and then send them back. I mean, listen, if you do 25 years and you get sent back to Venezuela, God knows what Venezuela's going to look like in 25 years. But they got to do their time here and then send them back.
It's not mass deportation then. I mean, if the criminals, if they are felons, they're in jail, then they're not getting deported. Like, so people say deport the felons, or deport the criminals. Exactly who and how? Like, people thinking that, people say it, but like, who are they going to deport and how? Like, that don't make a lot of sense.
Deport felons who have served their time and are out. Arrest them, deport them, send them back over the border.
That's already the law. Felons already get deported after they serve their time. That's not nothing new.
But they have
to
deported. So Trump's going to prioritize on those.
I mean, they already deported, though. What I'm saying.
Not all of them. No.
Well, they should be. That's the law. Once you serve your time and you're illegal, you're supposed to get deported.
Wait, Hakeem, let me ask you a question. And I'm asking respectfully, if they come into this country illegally and stay in this country illegally, aren't they breaking the law? Doesn't have to be a felony, but isn't it a law?
Right, no, I get that too. So now we talk about mass deportation of 25 million people, which is not economically possible. It's not the time frame. There's no time frame in the near future where that can happen. I think we just have to come to terms that he's lying. Like just like he's talking, he's going to do mass deportation in Chicago. He's sending 150 ICE agents. What is 150 ICE agents going to do in Chicago? Absolutely nothing. Like just call him out and say he's a liar, and none of the things. Like I said, none of the things, but the mass deportation won't happen, felons or otherwise.
Do you feel that people that are here illegally should stay here?
No, I'm not making that case. I'm just saying they can't get rid of them. I'm just saying like the promise he's making, he can't hold them. Is the point. I'm not making an argument whether they should stay or go. I'm just saying he's lying because he can't do what he's promising.
He's saying that he's writing a check he can't cash.
Exactly.
I know what Hakeem is saying, Dragons, but the thing is, And let's keep it real. Don't all politicians make campaign promises they never keep? Just look at the last president, Joe Biden.
Oh, what's your number? Let's
That's a certain fact. But I just want the Trump supporters to just admit it and call him out when he's lying. And if people thought about it prior, they knew he was lying, and then have him run on something else because he ran on deportation, and he's not going to do it or even get close to it. He might close the borders and stop new people from coming. I definitely believe he'll do that. But this whole mass deportation, I think he's full of shit.
Yeah, I'm a hawk on the border too. I mean, I think we got to stop people coming in illegally for sure. I'm all for that. But some people, like this Laura Loomer, she doesn't want any immigration for 10 years, which I think that's false.
But didn't he kick her out of his inner circle? Or am I mistaken?
I really don't know. I don't follow that closely. What else is going on? Sound working? What happened to Jay?
I think he got deported.
Yeah, must have been. Golden, what are you about, man? Okay, P, I'm curious. What do you think?
I think that question I asked Gift Peaks about the deporting felons. I asked that question earlier to Roger, and he left the room after I asked it also. He opened his room and I asked that question, and he left and hasn't been back. I think that question give people a headache.
Yeah, I mean, 25 million people is a damn lot of people. I mean, people can't even conceive of it, sort of, and the disruption to society, so on, so on, so on. And so they say, oh, well, we're just talking about the criminals. And then you get in, okay, well, what crime? Although that one guy did answer felons, okay. But people have been arrested for felonies. People have been sentenced or found guilty of felonies.
That's already the law, though. The law is you commit a felony, you go to jail. Once you release, ICE put a hold on you. ICE come get you and they deport you. I mean, it don't happen 100% of the time, but that's clearly the law right now. They make it seem like they want if you commit a felony, like the guy who did the horrific thing to the young girl, like deport him. Like, what do you mean deport him? No, he needs to do his fucking time. You don't fucking send him to another country where he's gonna be free and cross the fucking border again. Like people be talking so quick and don't even think about what they're saying. Like, you can't deport him because he needs to fucking serve his time. that begs the question: who is he really going to deport? If it's not the felons, because it's already a law, they got to serve their time. So who is he really going to go after?
I was very bad on Clubhouse today. They might ban me.
Mm-hmm.
I trolled very hard. They called me a hood rat. They called me a skank bitch. They called me whores.
Mm-hmm.
They told me to put my dirty ass up. Somebody said that my pussy stinks. Like, this is the internet. I don't like it. I love it.
Does your pussy stink?
Sometimes.
Ugh.
So I fucked this guy. I took his virginity, and now he wants to fuck every single day. And today he pretty much told me that I was the first girl that ever gave him a blowjob too. So when I met him, I said, "Have you ever had head?" And he said, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." But then today he was like, "Oh no, actually you were my first for everything." So now I see why it's so clean. Loving your body, baby. Loving your man to be. Stroking your body.
I'm talking about when it comes to national security.
Don't start that shit, bro. You lucky I showed up tonight.
Gary
Don't start
Coleman,
towards
even though I hate that
with
piece
that
of shit.
fucking stupid background shit. Please.
You know, this is the obvious way to raise money going forward.
You know, one thing I'm interested in is, so, you know, this.
And yes, we can handle the welfare of the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Arabs that want to live in Israel as peace-loving, loyal residents of the state of Israel. Bad guys, they gotta go. That's the solution. The solution is that Gaza returns to Israeli control and Israeli governance. That's the real deal that we should sue for. And I hope that the kind of next iteration of the Trump administration will see it this way as well. All right, folks, I hope you enjoy our effort to fight for Israel. Join us at fightforisrael.org. We've got a lot of projects that make a big difference to the future of Israel. So if you want to fight for Israel, if you're a fighter for Israel, wherever you are, and whatever your faith is or peoplehood is, it doesn't matter. If you love Israel, you want to fight for Israel, join us with all of our projects, including the Biblical Highway, the Abrahamic Faith, Tractors for the Holy Land, and of course, broadcasting courage and truth to the world. Join us at fightforisrael.org. You can also write me an email, yishai@yishaifleischer.com, and you can also buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Yishai.
Hey guys, so what do you think? How's it going, everybody?
Hey.
I mean, I agree with certain things, disagree with other things. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I kind of agree. I mean, I think Hamas, like, regardless of this hostage deal, I think Hamas is going to, renege on the deal at some point anyway. So the war is just going to continue.
No, I actually don't see that happening. No. You don't see Hamas reneging on the deal? No. I mean, why would they do that? Look at the exchange rate. Like, they're getting so many terrorists and prisoners.
Oh, because they're just going to start fighting at some point. Like, they I don't think
they won't start fighting.
They're not capable of keeping an agreement.
No, but this one is different because it involves prisoners and terrorists. They're obviously interested in getting all of those. It's not just like one of the other ceasefires where you just agree on stopping to firing rockets at each other,
Well, respectfully, I disagree. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, I mean, in any agreement, Gaza has to be demilitarized. So if Hamas were to give up the last hostage, there would really be, nothing stopping the IDF from returning. But it's like kind of a catch-22 because then they'll hold on to a hostage beyond, the terms of the deal, which would then mean that the deal is no longer valid. But, either way, like if they refuse to disarm, which, we all know that's a given, there will be another casus belli for Israel to go back in. It's just a matter of, how many hostages will be released under this agreement. But I'm not optimistic that it will make it past stage 2. I don't think it will start stage 2, Brian. But I disagree with what that guy was saying on the show about Israel needing to reoccupy Gaza permanently.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Don't want that to happen.
No.
You don't think that we should exert sovereignty over it?
No, I think that a coalition of Arab states need to basically govern it like in stewardship for, I don't know, many, many years, like at least a generation, basically. They need to just
How can we trust him?
Trusteeship, like the way the British governed the Palestine Mandate, for 20 years. Some other, power, some responsible actor just has to take over for a while. Yeah.
Jeremiah, can you check your back check?
No, but it is true that we all make money with both people. So I wonder what's about to happen too. I really want to see, what's all about to happen, because for everything we was taught, he about to save the world. Okay, he about to save this motherfucking country. In the next 4 years, our rent will be low, our food will be nice and cheap. And that's not me being funny. Like, I'm expecting these things now. I'm expecting him to really put his foot in and all them people to change the shit that we've been expecting.
Yeah, but John, the whole narrative has shifted. Like, no one's pretending like they're trying to replace Bitcoin. And I've never had a fucking problem with idiots fucking gamble.
First of all, that's sort of true and not true, because people would make the same argument with ETH. When ETH was like, we're just trying to be smart, we're trying to be different than Bitcoin. And then what would the Bitcoiner argument would be? Well, if it was useful, then it'd be on Bitcoin. And all money is competing with Bitcoin. And if you guys don't join us, you're against us. And you're taking away liquidity that could be in Bitcoin. First, I haven't been here as long as you, but I've been here long enough to listen to these fucking terrible arguments for a long time. And I'm not even rendering judgment on the argument. I'm just letting you know their boy did it, and they're like, "That's cool, that's cute, Bitcoin, yay!" All right, now only Fish usually gets to hear that voice when I'm a bottom. He's a top.
That voice is something.
But, hey man, you have daughters. Don't fuck with me, man. Don't pretend like you don't play the fucking doll shit with them. And if not, then step your game up, my guy. But when I'm playing doll with Army, she has to the tea time shit. I put the little I sit in the little ass chair that I can't fit in. Do all that shit. I fucking sip tea with water, fucking pinkies and shit, all of it.
My daughter's 10 now, bro. She don't do that shit no.
You've never done that? You never had to play that game, my guy?
I'm just past that stage, I guess. I put that voice on.
All right, man. Just, sitting here. As a father, you're out there judging the other dad that's fucking, acquiescing to his fucking princess. It's a tough place for you to be. No, I'm just messing. Anyway, listen, Fish, there's a level of hypocrisy that's sort of hard to ignore. I honestly don't care. But I use the example, and I won't go. I honestly don't want to do this again, because I'm bored by it, by the way. And I'm like 3 minutes from getting the kids, so this is the end of it for me. I came in the day the Hunter Biden thing happened, and I was like, what do you think about the Hunter Biden thing? And I'm like, what happened with Hunter Biden? He's like, oh shit, Biden just fucking pardoned him for 4,400 years. I'm like, what the fuck? That's fucked up, man. Like, just like an open, I just went on a little commentary of how corrupt it was. I did also say, this is, I sort of expect that shit now. And I use the Trump, pardoning, fucking what's his face? Roger Stone and Manafort, whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, quit kidding. I'm like, no. I'm just, I have no problem pointing out corruption in every form. So, it's just, the irony here is not only that it's corruption, right? Not only is it open corruption, but, and it's uncouth and it's weird. And it's like, dude, we got real shit to solve, right? You're distracting from immigration and fucking world, geopolitics and fucking communism and fucking wokeness and like shit that people like. I don't think anybody elected this motherfucker to launch a meme coin, right? Like no one was like, I want to vote for him over Kamala because I'm really, really worried about the meme coin market, right? They're like, no, fuck this, man. I'm worried about a communist takeover. We're worried about 25 million fucking people coming over the border. We're worried about, fucking money going to Ukraine and whatever. They're real issues. And I swear to God, I don't remember meme coin launch being one of them. Neither here nor
price up or down tomorrow. From here.
From here up. You're welcome.
Yeah, but so John, I've been pretty consistent.
So
it's the same thing that I've said since 2017,
right.
which is literally like if anybody understands the difference between whatever shitcoin they're trading and Bitcoin, I don't give a fuck what they're doing. I've never had a problem with people trading shit.
But Fish, that's not what's happening. Like you've never given a pass to the launcher of a shitcoin. There was a fucking girl in here who didn't understand shitcoins that much, and she thought she was going to launch a nonprofit from a shitcoin. You fucking eviscerated that little black girl. She ain't gonna fucking get that many people wrecked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying the hypocrisy is real. And I don't even care. I'm just watching you guys be, and you're not a cult member. You definitely aren't a cult member. You definitely aren't a cult member. So I want to include you.
John, who is a cult member? That's what we were trying to figure out when you were gone.
If you think Joe Biden, was being compassionate to his son, okay, when he fucking pardoned him for 14 years, then you belong to the cult. If you fucking think Trump has a six-pack and you think, he's fucking America first and, then you're a fucking cult. Like, if you think that, you were yelling at shitcoiners for 8 years and you think that what Trump does with launching his own shitcoin is like, oh, okay, then you're probably a little bit in the cult, right? Like, there's degrees to cult membership. I am not the membership coordinator and director. You're going to have to see... you're going to have to see that guy Chad or whatever who's in the thing, and Jen Seth for cult membership applications. I'm just here to observe. But anyway, I told you I wasn't going to have the argument again, but you asked me what it was, and that's what it was. Yeah, I mean, Zach, I don't know. I mean, how does the market go down if Trump goes in tomorrow and signs a bunch of executive orders that, are seen as Bitcoin positive, right? Like, did Zach leave already? He's gone? That was quick. Sorry, Zach. Sorry to let you down. But yeah, I don't know. I got to believe number goes up tomorrow. Unless that whole pump was like everybody, unless that was like buy the rumor, sell the news.
I mean, we're already bouncing back. Bitcoin's already back to 101.
Were there a bunch of, is this like the future? Like, sometimes this just happens on Sundays where I remember we used to have these Sunday morning pumps or the Monday morning pumps.
John, I feel like I need to go to a gas station and buy me a tabloid. And in the tabloid, it's going to say, Melania backstabs Trump for cheating on XYZ. She launches the coin to get it back at him.
Are you doing a Trump voice right now? Are you doing a Trump voice on purpose while doing this tabloid thing?
Yeah.
Because I didn't
I'm good at it. He crashed the market.
That's honestly, Jimmy was telling me that apparently Trump, a bunch of the money that went into Trump was coming from other meme coins and shit coins, and then when Melania launched her coin, a bunch of people dumped Trump to get into her coin, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's how corrupt that is. It's still on its face, fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm sure some came out of other coins that are trying to chase it.
Oh, God, Fish. Sorry, Andrew. Fish. Remember how much we dogged Solana Boy? Remember Solanas Mike, for doing his shit? We dogged him so hard. Come on, Mike.
That's what I'm talking about with the difference in narrative, though, is that he still thinks that Solana is going to replace Bitcoin because Bitcoin.
No, Solana just broke.
Andrew, we know that. I know, but Andrew, there's a. I mean, listen, is there a 1-to-1? Of course not. There's very few things are 1-to-1, right? But you and I aren't 1-to-1, right? But to a lot of people, you and me are the same. We're Bitcoiners, we're pads, we're this, right? They look at 3 or 4 things. Listen, I'm just saying that this same behavior, if it weren't for the guy we voted for, for the last 8 or 9 years of, that I've like participated peripherally or intensely in Bitcoin culture, it is different. This guy is getting a pass because he's your guy. I get it. I want Ross out of jail too. I mean, not like to the point where I'm losing sleep at night, it's like, but, I'd like to see he should be in jail, so voted for the guy, I'm glad, for Bitcoin's sake, especially, he's president for these next 4 years. Like, I do think it's sort of important, even though I think he sucks. But we're giving him a pass. We're giving him a pass because it's our bags and, partly because we love Trump. He's got a six-pack.
Woohoo! No, but John, if somebody came in here and was like, I'm buying a bunch of Trump coin and you can get back, I think it's a really good play. What do you guys think? I'm going to swap it out for Melania coin and then I'm going to, we'd be like, we're not going to be like, yeah, bro.
I know. That's not my position. But what is a better analogy is if someone came in here and said, I'm going to launch a shitcoin on Solana. Why don't you guys help support me and get this thing, buy a bunch of it? What would you say? You'd be like, fuck you, shitcoiner. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to get a bunch of people robbed. But it's because it's our president. You're like, yeah, that's cool. I'm ready for it. Yeah, shitcoin, woo. That's true. Just be honest about it. That's all.
Trump waited until Gary Gensler was finally out? He waited, didn't he? He couldn't do it earlier because Gary would have slapped him.
Tie the two things together, but I don't think it would matter. What Gary Gensler was going to do? 2 days?
They waited until close to the inauguration.
Zach,
to put him for maximum hype.
Zach, what do you expect tomorrow? Like, what's your baseline expectation?
Solana's offline. It's 40 minutes.
I sold my Solana today, basically at the top. It was a good trade. I sold it at 271. It's now at 243. I'm trying to decide whether I should buy back in now.
Oh man, Zach, dude, is the next cycle going to be Zach is the signal? The trade.
I mean, I don't know. It's not that big of a pullback.
It's not that big of a pullback. The question is tomorrow going to be a sell the news event?
It's in line with Bitcoin. It just pulled back.
Or are the crypto executive orders going to send everything up?
I don't know. Well, there should be just one executive order for Bitcoin tomorrow. That's it.
My base case is that there will be multiple crypto executive orders, but not an SBR.
No, SBR has to be a bill and some executive order to create an SBR or some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but it is possible, and that would be awesome.
You would know best.
To be clear, I don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but I doubt it.
What are some examples of the executive orders you speculate maybe announced tomorrow?
Investigation into Operation Choke Point 2.0. Repeal of SAB 121.
Nice.
An order for the SEC to review and perhaps halt crypto. This is the big one that I'm thinking about, like with Solana. In order to review and perhaps halt investigations that don't involve fraud. Like, if all of a sudden the SEC stops saying that Solana's security, that's got to be bull.
That part doesn't have to happen. That's not like a political.
Well, and I think it will happen. I think the SEC will drop those cases.
To investigate. I mean, they might drop some cases. I don't know. But Choke Point makes sense, right? That's bullshit. That's weaponizing stuff. But investigating.
I know, but obviously, given the events of the last 48 hours, we don't think that Trump has a principled stance on crypto.
No.
I mean, he sells Trump shoes. Why wouldn't he sell Trump crypto?
I don't think he even knows what these Chads who licensed his name with Fight.
I think he does. Look at the pinned tweet.
Oh, yeah? What does it say? Let me see.
We're going to have a lot of volatility tomorrow in crypto. I think that is guaranteed. I don't know if it's going to be a broad sell the news event and everything crashes, or if it's going to be bullish because of the enforcement.
2019 tweet. Michael Saylor said something negative until he understood Bitcoin. It's okay. Who can understand it? I think there is a tug of war, though, Zach, between the shitcoinery via David Sachs versus other Bitcoin forces that got to Trump. I believe there is a big...
David Sachs, I think, is not the biggest opponent of the SPR. I don't even know if that he is an opponent of the SPR. Much more like A16Z doesn't. So, Zach, if I had to bet on this, which I wouldn't...
Why would A16Z not like an SBR? Because they don't have any coins?
No, they do. If Miles Jennings is their GC, who's been tweeting anti-SBR stuff the whole time, and then I think, Chris Dixon, who's like an ETH maxi, doesn't.
That's dumb.
Andreessen and Horowitz definitely own a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah. They're probably just faking it and loading up.
Zach, if I had to bet on what it actually does after tomorrow, I would say that it just holds the trend that it's been in, because we perfectly bounce off of like an upper line. It's been ranging in kind of like a descending, broadening thing. And I would say that we go and fucking liquidate all the longs and probably go to like 88K by the end of January. And then bounce back up and maybe do that again. Hit the upper trend line, go to the lower trend line, and then break.
Okay, I would feel like a schmuck buying back into Solana if that happened.
Why is that, Zach?
Because it'll go down a lot, and I don't fundamentally believe in Solana. It's a beta play for me.
But I'm saying I would lean toward the 50.001% chance versus Bitcoin just rips to like 120K after tomorrow, is like 49.99% or whatever. It's so hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, Zach could be right. It might be buy the rumor, sell the news, right? But I think for a while here it's going to rip because there's still tons and tons of people, I mean, not the people in this room, but who haven't really gotten their heads around it. And so now it's more and more in the news, and the president thinks this, and say, oh, well, maybe I should try that. So I don't know, but I don't know what the downward pressure on it would be right now, other than just, if the whole economy starts going down,
The downward pressure could be, what's the calling market for an SBR right now?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't follow it that closely. But why? Obviously, if there's a Bitcoin reserve, that's going to be huge. I just don't see Trump doing that right out of the box because there's enough. Well, I don't know though. Now that he's got his own coin, maybe he will. To me, it's like you gotta. In my view is Trump is very transactional, and he's going to do what's going to make him the most money. And so, if he does do an announcement, now that he's dropped these coins, it would be huge for him and his family. So, yeah, I'm going to say that's possible. But there are a lot of people on Wall Street who are like, yeah, no. Fish, you've been on here a long time. What do you think?
All right, Zach, before this becomes 2021, so say he does sign SBR, which I don't think happens day one, right? What does that mean? Is that like $100,000, $200,000? Like, what in your mind is that like?
If he signs an SBR tomorrow, like
Bitcoin's $500,000.
Maybe. At least we're going
also helps the lettuce bill. Like, I just think it changes the Overton window big time. Especially if they do, like, our executive order. Like, if you read the language, it's written to be, like, a list of the most bullish statements the United States government could possibly make about it.
I mean, I just see Trump's interest is going to be pumping everything up as far and as hard as he can. And I think valuations get overstretched. I think there's a fair amount of risk here, especially like when you look at like just the, typical federal budget fiscal situation and interest rates playing into it and tariffs. I mean, I hope it works. I hope it all works for everybody. But there's a part of me that thinks, real estate people, they like to buy low and sell high. And if you're a real estate person, you have a lot of cash.
People, that's true of any asset ever. I'm sorry.
I know.
No, it is. It's true of everything.
You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you, John.
Hey, so Zach, I agree. The tenure doesn't matter if there's an SBR, right? Like, all of a sudden the United States is like, okay, we're going to own $3 million. We're going to own 3 million coins in the SBR. Just like tenure doesn't matter. Tariffs don't matter. Nothing else matters. The macro sort of drop doesn't matter when there's that much buy pressure and then a signal to the world, right? Like that is the instant move. I think $150,000 is impossible to not have. I honestly think you're at I think you eclipse the market cap of gold. The United States buys that much. They basically have said, hey, we are holding, this is they're announcing that this is gold for the world. And so I think you have to be looking at $10, $12 trillion market cap, and that's $500,000-$600,000 Bitcoin. I think that basically that could happen pretty quickly. And I'm usually the guy who, when we do all these estimates and price predictions, I'm usually at the lower tier.
John, you don't see any risk in any of this? You think it's all just straight up into?
I think in the long term, there's risk in everything. And it's not the conversation. We're just trying to understand what it means if they sign an SPR. But
here's what I'm leaning towards.
It's up into the right.
Here's what I'm leaning towards buying back into Sol. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I think it's like a coin flip whether tomorrow is a bullish or bearish catalyst for crypto. I genuinely don't know. If I look at a year from now, the two things I have much higher conviction on are, one, the enforcement priorities for crypto are going to change, and Solana is the favored VC coin. Right? ETH has been just completely in the shitter. Solana has all this, meme coin attention, and, including both of Trump's meme coins. And then, two, I think that Trump sees risk assets as, a scorecard. And while we could have near-term big volatility, but the downside based on macro, I don't think Trump will put up with assets cratering, and liquidity will be good for sure.
I don't know that much, but Solana is the meme coin platform of choice. Is that what you're telling me?
By far. There's no second best.
Technical reason for it? Or
yes, it's fast and cheap.
Okay, so the gas fees are lower or something?
Yeah, it's like the Lightning Network. It's extremely fast, extremely cheap.
Got it. Okay. But John, what I was trying to say was real estate is an asset class that most people have leverage on it, right? You can't generally, for the general public, go to your broker and say, I'm going to put 10% down and buy this asset. You can if you've got enough net worth, blah, blah, blah. But real estate's got a lot of leverage. Would you agree with that?
Are you trying to make the case for an investment for real estate? I don't like. I mean, sure, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm not making a.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like I'm trying to understand why you're bringing this up. Yeah, the answer is very simply yes. It's a very useful piece of collateral. Banks see it as very, easy to lend against.
And my point on this is, real estate developers who have a lot of cash want real estate prices to go down so they can buy more of it cheaper. And that's a possible scenario for Mr. Trump. That's what I'm.
Dragons, are you just out of curiosity, do you like certain publications? What are some of your favorite publications? Like when you're going online and reading or whatever, what are some of your go-to news sources? Just out of curiosity.
Dude, I read everything. Everything.
Just curious. So you read everything on the internet.
You want to make me some I'm not, maybe. What do you think?
No, I'm just curious. No, I'm just curious. It just sounds like a very it just feels like a very I don't know. I'll let someone else address it. I'm gonna get back to dinner, but feels like an out of the hat conspiracy piece. Real estate prices. Those same people own real estate. Trump owns real estate. Why would he want real estate prices to go down?
Because you want to own more of it.
Sure, I own Bitcoin. I own a bunch of Bitcoin. I want the price to go up. I own Bitcoin. I want more of it. I want the price to go down. So you can just make the argument either way. Do you see why that's not very compelling?
I hear you. I hear you. But, what I'm hearing from you, I think, is everything Trump's going to be up and to the right. Up and to the right. And I'm saying there's
I'm not saying that. I'm not. No, hold on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're saying things I'm not. I said, hey, Zach, if we get an SPR, what do you think the price of Bitcoin would be? And I think the price of Bitcoin could be $500,000 really, really quickly if the United States government is buying between 1 and 3 million Bitcoin, or announces the fact it could be 1 and 3 million Bitcoin. I'm not saying what the price will be. I'm giving that.
There won't be
I'm not saying that it's going to stay.
The maximum number we'd see tomorrow is our 21 billion executive. The million Bitcoin plus would have to come from a bill. So I don't actually think the number matters that much. I
don't think the number matters either. I think the announcement is the thing that matters, and then everyone front runs that. But the point is, I think I wasn't saying anything but, or asking anything but that for whoever was.
Okay, good to know.
Zach, is Ross going to get out tomorrow?
I think so, yeah.
That's cool.
Who's that?
What?
I was asking who Ross is.
Just a mutual friend.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Fish, is that a bad question I ask? I'm sorry.
Ross Ulbricht. Are you trolling us right now, or are you
He's not a Bitcoiner, guys.
I'm not.
It's just a normie.
Yeah, I'm a normie. Just ignore me.
Have you ever heard of the Silk Road Dragons?
Of course. Yep.
Yeah, so it was the guy that founded the Silk Road, and he's doing, I think, 2 life sentences. So he was convicted of that, and Trump promised to pardon him.
Okay, got it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. I think it's kind of unfair that we just shout at someone. Oh, sorry, commute a sentence. Just we shouldn't just shout at someone who doesn't know. He doesn't know. It's fine. It's an honest question.
them you might put at the top seemed appropriate.
Okay, because it's kind of quiet. I thought I'd ask another question. Is that okay with you, John? I guess he wanted to eat dinner. Fish, is that cool?
Yeah, just yeah.
By the way, that was Dave's point mine yesterday.
So here's my question: is if we have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, right? And someone said, I thought it was John, that well, the 10-year won't matter. Price of 10-year won't matter, which tells me that the U.S. dollar won't matter. Is that what you guys think?
It's not that. It's that what liquidity in the system, which is what the 10 years is about, will matter less than the shift in fundamentals that will result from this.
Is it fair to say that, in your view, the dollar will matter less?
I don't know what that means. No. I mean, it would probably matter. Or if we're talking about versus other currencies, it would matter more.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, versus other currencies, so it would have a depressing effect on the pound or, whatever. The yen, yuan.
I don't think the SBR necessarily impacts it directly like that. Yeah, maybe over a long time frame.
You make your own decision. That's what you have.
I think
The other day,
Bahrain, as small as Bahrain is.
Sure.
Bahrain.
Bahrain is a kingdom. It's not a state. So the other day he
That
said
is true. Yes.
that criminals had a loophole in Israel. So I said, so what's the loophole? We're still waiting to hear what the loophole is. What's the loophole?
I didn't say criminal. I said pedophiles.
What's the loophole?
That was an African American room. So why do you blame me for that?
Wow, that's racist.
That's racist.
What's the loophole? Yeah, he's a horrible racist. What's the loophole?
You were humiliated in that room, not by me, by them.
What's the loophole? Really? I asked you what the loophole was then, and I asked you now. What's the loophole?
You asked the room. You didn't ask me.
I asked you. You're the one who made the claim. What's the loophole?
I didn't make that claim. It was someone else who made that claim, and then you didn't respond back.
1 second ago, you said you didn't say criminals. You said pedophiles. You just said that 1 second ago.
Yeah, and I gave
so what was the claim?
What was the
claim? Did you not just hear yourself? Did you not just hear yourself?
We move up to pedophilia.
Are you on that?
You're against it.
Are you on that the special day of the month, no more?
What's the special day of the month? You know what they told me the other day? That Puri is gay, LGBTQ. I had no idea, but this all makes sense now. Did you tell off anybody else who's gay, or did everybody else get
Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. If you are, I don't have audio gaydar, Norm, except for some very, very effeminate voices. That works, but I can't do.
Yeah, I'm hearing an undertone of a woman. I don't.
Yeah.
Buria has a very.
From who? From who?
Wow, that's a children's.
Wait, are you naming names, Rena? Are you naming names?
Children's thing.
David, stop.
No, David, I would never dox anybody.
It's their words, not mine.
Dox.
So Buri, is this why you became asexual? Because you want to suppress your homosexual tendencies?
Asexual is not homosexual, baby.
Actually, I said that yesterday. You can be both. You can be asexual and hold on.
He called you baby boy. That's so sweet, Nor.
Baby
boomer. Very gay. It's very gay. It's very gay.
Well, baby boomer is still sweet. It's like a term of endearment.
Rafi.
Hey, Rafi.
So the two people that he's most obsessed with are Daniel and I.
Well, you guys are like attractive, substantial males, of course.
But he's also very attracted to your prostate.
You're the ones that have prostates.
Yeah, he talks about prostates a lot, at least once a day.
I would imagine like it was.
Guys, let's not make this personal. Don't make it
I
personal.
literally came out of a room with Arabs.
There you go.
And the first thing that Arab told me, I want to fuck
your
your
first problem.
So now I'm just trying to understand what the fuck is inside the Muslim community that they're so attracted to goats, camels, and men's asses. What is
Rafi, did you get his phone?
I didn't get his phone number, but the first thing he said, I want to fuck your ass. A man from the Muslim community that reads the Quran.
I don't think goats have.
Alhamdulillah for you, but I'm not a goat. It's a big upgrade from you from a goat. But he was bringing up my asshole.
You definitely do not.
I don't know why. Soren, is there what's in the Quran about men's assholes? Please explain to me.
Well, Rafi, like maybe they just, there's something about you that's appealing to them.
I think you just remind him of his aunt. That's blasphemy.
I want to know, what did Muhammad do to the man's assholes there? When he was around.
The
4-year-old.
Wait, what I heard, Rafi, is that it's kind of like back in ancient times when the Greeks, I believe, would sleep with 12-year-old boys because that was okay. It was just for sex, but they had to have wives, right? To have women and breed. So it's kind of.
Is it how you treat the Muslim Arab Israelis? Is it how you treat them?
I'm just analyzing what Rafi was referring to and why it would happen.
Hold on. Rena, the Muslim Israeli ones were protecting Israeli boys' assholes from Muslim men. That's a problem because you Muslim men like boys' assholes for some reason.
But
we're trying
Muslim.
Isn't that an issue in Afghanistan actually, where they have, and I saw a documentary on this, where they have like little boys that are dressing up like girls dancing for men?
Yeah, was it a Muhammad thing or this is like a new thing?
No. In Afghanistan, a U.S. Army sergeant was almost court-martialed for reporting a village that had these practices.
Yeah, I just don't remember what it's called, but it's definitely happening.
It's actually very tragic, actually, they're doing that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, so it is real.
Honestly, that was a serious story.
Hold up. Mikey, it was actually, bring up Mikey. He was in the room when that guy just said he wanted to fuck my asshole. That was
so you have proof.
Mikey, come up.
Rafi, I wish you could sugarcoat it.
It's verifiable.
It's very
verifiable. That Muslim.
Yeah. Can you say, they're putting certain things in certain places?
Why are you so excited about that?
Could you say like?
Well, I mean, Soren, everybody likes a compliment. I mean, that's like someone was soliciting him. Everybody tries.
Yeah, honestly, I feel very complimented compared to they chose me over a goat.
Yeah.
You understand? Like,
I mean, you're better than goat. Is that what you're trying to?
I think I am.
That's what I'm hearing, Rafi. I'm hearing that you're better than a goat.
Listen, he offered to fuck my ass, not the goat's ass, so I feel a little bit complimented.
Rafi, try saying something like you offered to make hot gay love to my nether regions or something. I think that'd be a lot nicer.
Don't fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap. Don't say that.
I just want to know if it's in the Quran or this is like the new age shit that you guys are watching.
You got to ask that to the Muslim Arab Israeli. They will tell you.
Maybe Muslim that's cultural.
Ask them.
Aren't they all like in jails for no reason? Sorry, how can I ask them?
Millions of them live in so-called Israel. You can ask them.
Apparently they're in jail, right? How can I ask them?
Apparently
they're being freed.
Because that's what the deal is. It's better to free criminals instead of asking for humanitarian aid. That's what's the number one.
Okay, Rafi, I know that you said that this guy said he wanted to, F you in the a-hole, but I think he would have probably said that to me too, like anybody.
No,
Maybe he just likes you.
You're a female.
I give you one compliment, Rena, and the whole thing goes to your head.
Don't forget, you're a woman. A woman is, they don't fuck. They just take off the streets. They fucking.
What is a woman anyway?
A man, if they can get a man, that's like an accomplishment.
A woman is a person who has a penis, David.
What is a person and what is a penis?
Okay.
No, but I'm seriously, what's with them fucking always trying to fuck my ass?
Jacob, that's a guy. His name is Solomon Friedman, by the way. Last time he asked me.
Yeah, it's called Batrabazi.
No. The Solomon Friedman is the Jewish owner of Pornhub.
Yeah, and he's from Canada. Yeah.
He's Jewish.
He's making a fortune.
Does Soren think he's speaking English right now?
No, I'm just saying the Pornhub founder.
What did he think he's doing?
No, he's not the founder. They bought it from the founder. So let's get the facts right.
Yeah, well, Soren, here's something interesting about Western society is that people are legally allowed to do porn, do it, profit from it, watch it, and that's okay.
That's the Prophet Moses. Peace be upon him.
Hold on. Explain to me one thing. How can you fucking complain when you're like the number one fan of Pornhub, first of all? And how does that even justify?
Yes,
that's like an oxymoron.
That's against the Ten Commandments.
I'm going to tell you something true about the fascist regime of Iran.
I watch your porn history. It's all about pegging.
I don't really think prostitution.
So is that what the letter P? Pegging one guy, pegging two guys, pegging a goal.
I don't think.
I know your fucking porn history, Soren.
Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, never asked his followers to watch the porn.
Ankle grabbing is my thing.
I love that. I guess that he appends at the end of it. That's really great English for you.
Because
by the way, in Iran,
maybe he does.
I know you're not sure.
Because
you're
most of the guys do involve in that.
In Iran, if you want to have sex with somebody, you can marry them for the evening, have sex with them, and then divorce them. Now, is that interesting or is that interesting? Of course, you guys know about this.
That was
people that they meet.
Hey, honestly,
do we get alimony with that?
That's a good question. I don't think they pay
alimony. You get to take herpes home.
Wow. Coming from you,
you get herpes on the house.
I'm sure you would give.
Wait, Brian, what's going on in that PTR?
Oh, it's a bunch of guys with huge tits surrendering to the IDF.
That's good. That's how we prefer them.
It was interesting when those guys were released that the world media was saying that people were starving in Gaza. These guys look very well fed.
Yeah, these three women just been released with the same logic.
What?
I mean, I can see those three women that's just been released. They look well fed as well to me.
Yeah. Yeah, the gift baskets were a little bit much.
Yeah. The Gaza map and a few other books.
No, just the 7th grade kids' birthday parting gift baskets were just.
Right. Also, each one had a little note of them. Please get me out of Gaza.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know what that diploma said. What was that thing that they handed them that was double? It looked like when you graduate college and you have your degree on one side.
Yeah, it was a certificate and photos of them in captivity.
Did they get points for each day they were captive in the Hamas frequent flyer program or something?
They were kept right at the border, by the way. That's a crazy part. Right on the border. For the entire 15 months, they were right at the border.
In an area that Israeli military was not operating in for fear of injuring them.
No, but in Beit Lahana, there was no one in Beit Lahana. It was all evacuated. I mean, there was everything destroyed.
But what was that word again? Evacuated? Evacuated? What is that?
Do you know what it means? That if I don't pronounce it well, that means I speak other languages too.
Other languages too.
No, it means that you're a moron.
Unlike you, you're
evacuated.
Unlike you. You know what?
I don't
pronounce the word correctly, it means that I speak other languages too. Always remember.
Or it just means you're.
It just means you speak
No,
English.
that means that I speak other languages too, unlike you, Eleanor.
No, maybe it means that you speak English, man.
No, maybe I speak French too, which you don't. Maybe
What does that have to do with it? No, I
you're
speak
fucking
Spanish.
ignorant. You speak only English.
Spanish and a little bit of a lot of languages.
Okay, apart
so
from
tell me what-
papacita and papacita, what else do you know in Spanish?
Vida transubterránea es peligrosa. Si usted para ir a las estaciones, que ya sale dentro, no salga afuera. Siga las instrucciones de los operadores solteros, la policía.
Whoa, Norm. El Normo.
Yeah, wow, that was good.
Is that why your name is El Normo?
Of course.
That was good. I'm impressed.
That's one language I want
What did
to
you
learn.
just recite?
That was impressive.
I want to learn Spanish. That's what
Spanish is easy.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Spanish is easy.
Norm is teaching lessons, and what did you say? It starts in an hour.
Yes.
Starts with what? El?
Yeah.
We're starting language class in an hour.
Yeah.
Be there or be square.
She's looking at it.
Are you teaching Farsi?
We're going to teach Farsi.
When you speak Farsi, you got to plug your nose. It sounds really, really whiny. Like you're fucking,
How is this? How is it? Tell me if this is good Farsi.
Now, you're almost Norm, you're almost there. Now you need to pretend that you have a dick going in through your asshole, kind of more whiny, and you're ready to go.
Do we need to update our Palestinian bingo, with new words from the hostage release?
Okay, what should we add to it?
I was thinking about
What
that.
should we add?
Gift basket. Gift bag.
I don't know. I don't see how that fits in. It's got to be something they say all the time without thinking about it.
That was a great PR work for Hamas. I mean, they had everyone.
Yes, now the whole world knows what barbarians they are. That they take women hostage. Beautiful. It's a big win for them.
Female soldier, by the way.
So here's a whole group of men with big guns surrounding one little woman that they took hostage while she's cringing.
And a crowd of people that want to kill them.
The few people released today were not soldiers.
They were not?
Weak people. We can only free of them.
No, they were one farmer and two women who were dancing at the.
One was a waitress in Tel Aviv.
Remember that, Norm?
No, I didn't think so. I thought she was from a kibbutz.
Hold on. They think all of Israelis are soldiers because they're at the mandatory service. So our understanding and their understanding of so-called IDF soldiers.
Actually, true. Rita is right.
Well, yeah, and there was
Thanks, Soren.
But Soren, just because 2 weeks out of the year after your compulsory service, after your 2 years or 3 years, depending on men or women, 2 weeks a year until you're 55 or 50. I think I can't remember what the current date is.
You don't have to serve in the military.
Doesn't matter. Just because you're not in reserve service. Exactly.
Guys, I'm just explaining their narrative. So when they feel it's justified to kidnap every single Israeli citizen that has been a former IDF soldier. Correct. Well, that's unjustifiable, actually.
Like the 2-year-old beating a child.
Babies are not. They were not soldiers. That is.
Well, maybe they were polishing bullets with.
I mean, they would have been soldiers in 16 years or so.
Yeah, they were preventing future soldiers.
I don't know how they justify that one.
Should we apply that logic then to Gaza? The same logic?
Which logic is that?
The logic that a kid is a future member of Hamas.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's take a break for 1 second.
Listen.
El Normo, who is in the basement down there with the name El Horno?
I don't know.
It's a fake Normo. He wants to come up.
They have 4 friends. What would you like?
Norm, you're so popular.
What's up, Norm? You guys recognize my voice or what?
Wait, a little bit. Who is that?
What's up? I had gotten clipped. I'm back.
Is that Edward?
Okay. Who are you?
No. I went by Slacker before.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it's an Israeli voice.
Yeah. So someone clipped me. My first time getting clips. I'm happy to join the clip club.
Good clip, Mazel tov. How did you get? We can send you a certificate of clipation.
And a map of Tel Aviv and some baklava.
But I have no idea why, because I didn't want to message them in
I'll
this
tell you why. You said something logical in Amir's house, and they all mass
Well,
reported.
now you have 5 followers. I followed you, El Horno.
Oh, me too. Let me
Thank you so much.
back. Oh,
I don't follow you because I don't know you. So
what led you to adopt the moniker El Horno? What was the thinking?
Because the only room I was blocked from was Amir's, and I wanted to go back in there. And I know El Normo. Are you allowed in that room?
Yeah, he's very popular.
I'm loud. I'm like a star of that.
He's a regular.
How do you keep from getting kicked off stage or clipped?
They like playing with them, and
Norm has unique skills in this.
And he blocks Amir, by the way. El Norma blocks Amir, but he's in his room every single day. I don't understand that.
That's correct. I don't understand what you don't understand.
Soren, we each have an agency in this world, so Norm can block whoever he wants, and by likewise, Amir has agency, and he can block who he wants.
I know, but when you block
doesn't have to be equivalent.
Guys, just be honest with Soren. It's because Jews are omnipotent, and we have special unique powers due to our horns.
But if you block someone, you don't want to see him. You don't want to hear from him. And you go to his room. I mean, come on. I mean, what does
just like you can be a gay Iranian living in
activate the horn?
Living in Australia.
That's a good question, Danny. I can't share that.
Rena, I always ask that question, Danny. Literally,
you need to know.
In Arkansas.
Rena, for the record, I just want to say I'm not Jewish.
No, I understand, but do you like my horns? You've seen.
Whoa!
I can't comment because it'll come across wrong.
Yeah, I shouldn't speak to your horns.
This is going to sound strange.
It kind of seems like one horn is slightly bigger than the other.
Oh, that's hysterical, Brian. That was
great. Okay, don't dox, Brian.
Oh my God, that was hysterical.
That was very good. Is that Brian?
Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
I'm here all night, folks.
Norm, you don't need to mess up a joke by saying, "Who said that?"
Was it you?
Brian said it.
Can anyone tell me why Netanyahu is not invited to Trump's inauguration?
Maybe he's
busy. General foreign leaders are not invited.
Maybe he's busy. Who says he's not invited?
I mean, I can give you 5 reasons why.
Yeah.
Okay, you do it, David. Do it.
No.
Look,
you can, but you won't.
In general, foreign leaders, the ambassadors will generally show up, but the leaders aren't. It's not like free for all, for foreign leaders. It's just not.
Are any other leaders going to be there?
I'm going to research this because I believe my memory is correct.
Will be there.
Who?
Milei, the president of Argentina, and
he's a big supporter of Israel.
The Bolsonaro was invited, but he's not allowed to leave Brazil because of some trial or investigation or something.
But
he did
Netanyahu is a little busy.
That's why.
Yeah, but he's a little busy right now managing a country during a very stressful period of time. Made possible by
obviously, there was as far as I remember, the king is obviously invited, but he was unable to attend. The prince was also invited. He's unable to attend.
Which prince?
Prince William.
The one that met.
Also,
fuck the royal family in general.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
I thought maybe it's got a personal grudge with him.
I hope the queen is fucking buried upside down with her legs spread.
Well, the queen is dead.
Soren's face is in between her legs.
Oh my God.
I prefer that one.
Because
upside down. Oh my God.
Yeah, because Netanyahu congratulated what's it called, Biden's victory, so he might have a personal grudge against him.
Oh yeah, you figured it out, Soren. You got it.
Did you see how well Trump's cologne works? How Joe Biden's all over Trump? I think he just mad. You guys
I think
you guys didn't see what he did?
Netanyahu is a liability now. I mean, for everyone. I needs to go.
Okay, thank you for your.
So Trump. So the funny part is, when Trump was at what's that Notre Dame, with the grand reopening of the Notre Dame, Joe Biden was there, and I forgot who was sitting in between them. So she leaned over to speak to Trump, and there was like a picture of it. And Joe Biden leaned over to speak to Trump, and they caught this image. It looked like she was like mesmerized by Trump. And he started trolling with this cologne company, saying that even like you'll get any woman with this cologne kind of shit. Like, it's hilarious trolling he's doing right now.
Brian, did you read the report about the Security Council tomorrow?
Yes, gonna be a new site.
Not sure if it's true.
It's not true.
Unconfirmed.
No, is that?
Some guy, Mark Zell, posted the following on X. A friend of mine sent it to me.
Jewish Israeli
guy. At GOP Israel is his handle. Tomorrow, 2 hours before President Trump is sworn into the UN Security Council is set. Needs a comma. The UN Security Council is set to consider a resolution concerning Palestine. It is expected that the resolution will formally recognize Palestine as a state, that the U.S. will not veto the resolution, last-minute sabotaging by the outgoing Biden administration. I mean, I don't think it has any practical effects, but it's kind of like the last FU from Biden.
Yeah, it's the last FU, but the UN doesn't create countries' resolutions.
I know.
Actually, no, it does have. I mean, it's the Security Council, which is been approved, that the Palestinians can take any case they want to ICC. Like, they don't need to rely on other countries.
That's not how the ICC works.
And they've already taken shit to the ICC before they were countries.
No, with other countries acting on their behalf.
Yeah, so, again, it has no material effect.
Okay.
Because they'll just get out,
but you know what? Palestinians still gonna need a Jewish lawyer to represent them, right? In the ICC.
I mean, next week Trump will probably sign into law the ICC sanctions bill.
That'll be a good one.
That would be amazing.
Guys, I'm curious. How many days before Israel bombs Iran's nuclear installation?
I say the first
within 7.
What about tomorrow?
First 3 months.
I know tomorrow is
Soren, did you evacuate your relatives?
Yeah, Soren, did you tell your cousins yet? Tell them to get the fuck out.
Norm,
your husband?
have you heard about this UN vote thing?
Listen, people
heard about the UN vote thing about Palestine?
Say that again? I'm sorry, said the thing about it.
The UN
Want me to send it to you?
The UN vote thing with
we just
Palestine?
talked. Yeah,
we were just talking about it.
Yeah, you did literally.
Did we just talk about it? I wasn't paying attention. What's the year?
There was a report on X. Tomorrow, 2 hours before President Trump is sworn in, the UN Security Council is set to consider a resolution concerning, quote, Palestine, quote. It is expected that the resolution will formally recognize Palestine as a state and that the U.S. will not veto. Hold on one second.
Wait, was Trump in power? No way.
No, this is 2 hours before Trump. So the current person.
That would be stupid.
I'll put the truth in the chat.
That would be dumb. That's not going to happen.
U.S. will not veto the resolution. Last-minute sabotage by the outgoing Biden administration.
It can
That
happen.
would be stupid.
Obama did the same thing. The resolution 2334, December 2000.
They'll just unravel it once they get in there. So. Hopefully they just get rid of the UN altogether.
They will. They need to get rid of Potato, and they need to get rid of
most probably U.S. If it goes through, U.S. is not going to veto that, and then Sudan.
It's not a done deal.
Nothing's a done deal. Daddy Trump's coming into power. You'll see.
There's no such thing as any done deal ever.
Apparently, Trump is going to sign over 200 executive orders when he comes in.
Yeah.
And they
That'd be great.
Over 200 executive orders.
Day one.
Nice.
Day one, Thorn. One is going to be for men to stop fucking other men in the
asshole. What are you going to do
asshole.
with TikTok? Is it going to become the banning?
It's on the news that TikTok is bad.
I don't understand how the 50% ownership of the U.S. will solve the problem, the so-called problem. It's the only time I'll ever use so-called, Storm.
Fair enough.
How's the film going too?
But I really would appeal to you to just call it Israel, because that's how it's in the UN and pretty much every other country.
I'm still waiting.
So-called Israel thing is just getting on my nerves.
I'm waiting for Malik. What's his name? The MBS of Saudi Arabia. I follow him. So whatever he says.
He's called it Israel in the press.
He does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't checked. Maybe actually, yeah.
I thought you followed him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's said that on multiple occasions.
But he doesn't recognize Israel yet, right? He's
That's
still
a
waiting.
separate matter. You may not recognize Israel, but in these spaces, I would suggest you respect, the name of the country that you're criticizing. It's just like a really, immature swipe. Like, if you're gonna make swipes, just make them intellectual arguments, not immature swipes.
Okay, you're gay. How about that?
That's asking.
He's not going
to do it. He's not intellectual enough. He's going to come up with the low hanging.
Okay, then I stand. Pick up some Columbia chicken if you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm optimistic that Trump will cut funding to UNRWA and other useless international
I'm
bodies.
so excited. Can't wait.
I can't wait for Hamas to fuck up so we can go back to war with them and fucking take our
I know,
land
that'd
back.
be so great.
Alhamdulillah.
I want the babies back, though, for...
Yeah, let's get the babies, whatever. They should still put some trackers in these people. Like, before they release them, they should put like, little microchips.
Yeah.
And they should just recollect them back like fucking dogs.
It's kind of like what they did with the pagers, but just in people.
Wow, the pagers were amazing. It's one of those that will be always in the history.
Do you think they did that with the prisoners they released? Because I think so.
I don't know.
Did what?
I feel like they put pagers in them.
Oh, no, I think they, in their last meal, or they gave them, there was some kind of microchip that sent out. Yeah, but it doesn't go through the digestive tract. It's a new Israeli invention. It stays like embedded in your stomach.
Perfect.
And they thought, here, have some of this wonderful hummus. It's
No, it's baklava. They like to give
I
out
thought it was injected through the vaccinations that they get.
Guys,
when they just put the microchip into the body.
So, after listening to these Arab men, these Muslim men speak, I'm more afraid for the men getting fucked in the ass at the moment because apparently they like men more than women.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Rafi. You don't get a baby from your butt.
No, they're not right down there in Gaza.
Rafi, did I ever share with you the...
I don't even know about the birds and the bees.
Rafi, did I ever share...
I'm just saying it's pretty bad. Like, it's one thing to be raped. It's another thing to have, like, a baby from that.
Yeah, but, like, they're not bright people. They think anything that gets fucked in the ass will have a baby. That's why they're fucking goats. They're trying to reproduce.
Rafi, did you ever see the IDF thermal imaging from the West Bank that showed two men fucking a goat?
Hey, dude, you guys remember when Soren was obsessed with Normo's prostate?
He still is. He came up this morning.
I thought that was a month
last
or two
night.
ago.
It was
Have
within
you
the
seen
past 24
that
hours.
Sutler's fucking a cat in, so-called Israel?
No, I've never
You said you were going to consider changing the...
Oh, sorry. Just habitual. So I'll try. Sorry.
Soren, you know how we know you're not Jewish? It's because you don't have a sense of humor.
Oh, Jewish have a sense of humor? That's not the one.
Yeah, we laugh at you all the time.
Also, he's not smart.
Yeah, and also he likes boys.
Well, he's smart enough to appreciate you, Norm.
Smart enough to know where the prostate's located.
It's something about that.
Ramses, can you wait? Hold on. Let's get Ramses. Is this the name of a? Is that the name of a condom company?
No, it was
or
one.
brand?
It is a condom, but it's also from Egyptian.
I know. He was the Ramses too. Was the one who let our people go.
Pharaohs.
Wait,
Yeah,
is there
the last
really
one.
a brand of condom called Ramses?
I think first it was a pharaoh, and then, it became a condom brand. Not the other way around.
Wait, what are you
why
trying
are
to
you
get at,
talking
Brian?
about
Wait,
the laugh? What's your issue?
Yeah, what's wrong with the name?
I think it's a great name for a condom.
Or what? What did you say?
Ram.
Oh my God.
I think that's what he's getting at.
Oh, just the name. Don't need to modify it.
At least we got a laugh out of Ramses.
Who is he?
I have no idea. Could be a woman.
It says dentist.
Dentist. Oh my God! You want him being your dentist?
So he must be Egyptian, like I would presume.
Little Jewish bastard.
Wow.
Oh, can you come up instead of being a keyboard warrior?
Yeah. Let's see how good your English is and what your accent's from.
Oh, don't delete his stuff. Come on,
I wasn't, but that might have been Norm.
Yeah, I wanted to screenshot that.
I invited him up too. He's the one doing censorship on this app.
Yes, I call it.
No, that's not technically. That's not censorship. That's not censorship because he didn't submit it and then he censored it to not be published. So that's technically not censorship.
Norm, why are you like deleting? Why not reporting?
What do you want?
Or letting other people report.
Sure. You can delete what other people say.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah, that's the big green jelly bean
mod
next to your name.
power.
Yeah, click on that, hold down on the comment, and it'll say delete. That's one of a couple of options.
You can also report, block.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we give
Look,
them
guys, I'm in
power.
Canada. We don't have freedom of speech, so I'm going to do whatever I want with this mob. I'm going to oppress you.
Can you freeze people's bank accounts?
There's nothing in the Talmud about it splitting once or splitting 12 times. Imagine 12 times.
Freeze bank accounts, just cuts.
Look.
Talking to now. Are there more hostages being released tomorrow? Is it every day or every fucking
I think it's 7 days. Is the next bit?
every 7 days?
Why? I thought it was 7 days. Here, let me pull up the text. There's the text of the agreement is online.
I'm curious, Gabba, do you also follow the other side's news too? Like those people who just been released, do you also see the families waiting for them as well, or you just only see your side? Because
I consume all media.
Fair enough.
I try to. I try to use that.
We actually sent them a gift basket, Soren, so you're being a little judgy.
We gave them butt plugs.
So I do want to
before they left prison.
With all due respect, I do want to answer Soren's question. If I was somebody who's waiting for a baby versus like somebody who was convicted of murder, I think there's definitely a difference between those two type of. Whether you want to call them hostages, I'm sure you're gonna say they're not prisoners, they're hostages, right, Soren? So like, how can you differentiate somebody who's a baby versus somebody who's been convicted of a crime?
Yeah. If they're in a detention center without any trial, I would.
It's not a detention center. Why do you saying detention center?
I don't know.
Like,
if you are if you're not convicted of any crime, if you're not trial, and you're
well, you go to jail. In America, you go to jail, and then when they decide whether or not
you see the judge. I mean, in the U.S. I mean, you see the judge in the first week, 2 days. How does it work in the U.S.?
Okay. Do you understand?
Look at the last comment.
In
You know,
Canada,
that's a
it took
super
me,
friend.
in Canada, it took me 1 year to see the judge.
1 year.
1 year in Canada.
So it's fucked up there.
Well, Soren, don't they want to release convicted mass murderers that killed, you know, 12 people, 24 people? They want release.
Yeah, those ones different. I'm talking about those ones who haven't been tried, just being there, you know, for the sake of being there.
Okay, but you're picking the opposite extreme.
That's not how it works.
So you think the mass murderers should stay in jail?
I mean, if I want to like play devil's advocate, yeah. I mean, if I was Israel, I would want them to stay there, yeah, for sure. But I'm not.
Sorry, guys, I have a question. Ramses, if you don't like Jews, why did you ask to follow me on Instagram? Like you don't.
Whoa. He wants to be your dentist, maybe?
Okay. Well, it's still a Jewish mouth, so.
You know, I have a great dentist. If you want me to tell you who he is. I won't dox him unless you want me to.
Maybe
he's a great dentist. Well, it's not a New York thing, by the way.
Oh, well, I have a dentist for now, but thank you.
I guarantee you I have a better dentist. No offense.
You guarantee it?
Well, yes, because my teeth are like every single girl I've ever been with. It's like, your teeth are amazing.
Wow, okay.
But in the beginning, it was like, maybe they're just saying that, but, you know, when so many people say that.
I don't know if, like, complimenting a man's teeth is usually a strategy, but I'm sure your teeth are nice. I didn't check.
Sorry, I'm driving behind a car and it says on the license plates, Malakan. What does it mean?
What does it say? Malakan?
Yeah.
Malakan. Well, the Malakan is a wall in Cuba. It's a retaining wall between the edge of the city of Havana and the ocean.
And also in Spanish, like maricon is like a gay person.
It's basically Soren.
Yeah, Malakan in Greek means it's stupid.
You're not.
Actually, Ramses, by the end of the war in '73, the IDF had crossed over to the African side of the Suez Canal. The Egyptian Third Army was surrounded. It could only be resupplied by the IDF letting
the Suez Canal. So I deal in economics, and I understand the Suez.
Oh, wait, I thought you had a PhD in physics.
No, mathematics. But I also
the total land area that Israel occupied on the African side was larger than the area that Egypt held on the eastern side of the canal.
Wrong. Okay, so
how long did we keep the Sinai until Egypt begged for it back? We traded to them for a peace deal and $1 billion a year from the United States. How long did we hold the Sinai? How many years?
Until '79.
Anybody know? How many years was that? 6 years?
79.
79. I'm sorry, how long did we hold the Sinai?
Until '79.
It's not a how long. That's a what, until when? So how many years?
It's only a few years, right?
67 to '79.
Oh, so over a decade.
Amazing.
Ramsey, your English is not very good. Like, I think you need to work on.
Good old days, colonization.
Colonization of what?
That wasn't colonization,
military victory.
That's called a buffer zone. It's a military
I'm
buffer zone after a war.
I'm not trying to be like over. You know, it's. You didn't say it the right way.
Buffer zone in Syria, and it was another buffer zone after that buffer zone in Syria.
Well, Soren, you know, when people are trying to attack you, like internationally, it's known that they take, you know, secure buffer zones. That's what happens.
You know,
think of it as getting your ass conquered. Look at it. It's the Israeli Empire.
Define conquered.
Yeah, George Carlin had a good thing about it. It says the white colonists always come up with the new terminology. They don't kill anymore. They
white colonizers.
So what do you call George Carlin? The Persian. I thought you wanted to reconstitute your.
Well, what do we call the Arab colonizers, Soren? They're not white.
Yeah, the Arabs always come up with
what about the Muslim colonizers in the Balkan regions?
They did. And what I'm saying, they didn't come up with new terminology. Like instead of say killing them, I mean, they just kill them.
So what do you call Persian colonizers?
They didn't come up with this terminology: neutralize, elimination, buffer zone, all of this terminology to try to.
So what do you call?
It sounds like you're having a problem with English. You know,
I have a problem with
So what do you call what you were doing in Syria? What was that?
In Syria? To fight with ISIS.
Syria. You heard of Syria?
To fight with ISIS.
Well, Syria was.
We don't like ISIS. Okay. How about you?
So are you on the spectrum, Soren? I'm just curious. Like,
why are you fighting in another country that's not yours? Explain that.
No, because it was a global problem. Al Qaeda and ISIS.
Why are you fighting in somebody else's country if you're not serious?
Well, if the country asked us, we would go there. Even if US asked Iran to help us
is that
against Al Qaeda, they would do that. They did that.
So is that colonization?
Iran helped.
So why did you take land in Syria?
To topple Taliban. Didn't you know that?
Wait, what? We're talking about Syria. Try to stay focused. Why did you take land in Syria? Did Syria ask you to take their land?
Yes. The government did.
You didn't occupy land in Syria?
No.
And you were just thrown out in the form?
No.
So Hezbollah didn't hold any land? Hezbollah didn't hold any land in Syria?
No.
I think you better look into it a little bit, Tori.
No, there was no land.
And they were just thrown out?
No, it was just a revolution.
Just a what?
Yeah, just a revolution.
There was a revolution. What was the revolution?
Same thing happened in
Iran. Who voted against who in Korea?
Same thing happened in Iran.
Who voted against who in
1979, Iran Revolution. They kicked out Americans from Iran. Remember that day? You're old enough to remember when we kicked out 50,000 Americans from Iran.
And then what happened?
Nothing happened.
And then what happened? We oppressed your country. Look at the article at the top.
Okay.
Then you began to kill, torture, and abuse children. And kill, torture, and abuse women. Is that what you promised to do for the Iranian people?
If IRGC is going to fall, the same as Hamas.
Why do you kill, torture, and abuse children?
Let's eliminate Hamas first. Let's first
No. Let's talk about Iran.
Let's talk about Hamas.
Why Iran? Wait.
Well, hold on.
Iran. Everybody look at the top of the room.
Hamas. So let's talk about the parents, the root of all evil, where the legs grew. You see, Hamas became from Iran. So let's talk about the parents.
Come on. Hamas did not bring
This is the teachings. We're going to talk about the teachings right now. Okay, so we're going to talk about the parents before we talk about their children.
You can say in Egypt, maybe.
Please proceed.
So in your view, the revolution's whole point was to kill, torture, and abuse women and children? Is that your revolution?
Which revolution are you talking about now? Syria?
The one that you just mentioned in 1979. Look at the top of the room.
That was what the people wanted.
Was that what you promised to do? The people wanted to be killed, tortured, and abused.
No, that was not what the promise of the revolution. It was the independence of the country.
So why did you do it? So why did you break your promise and then kill, torture, and abuse children? Why did you do that?
We didn't do that.
It doesn't seem very nice.
No, Saddam.
No. Look at the top of the room.
The top of the room? What's happening at the top of the room?
Look at the top. Take a look. Top of the room.
You mean the title of the room? You mean title of the room?
No. Look at the top of the room. Why does Iran kill, torture, and abuse its own children?
Can you tell me what this HRW stands for?
It's just a why. It's just a why. Why don't you think about it for a while?
What's HRW? Is it the Zionist
Why don't
propaganda?
you read the article? No.
What is this article?
Read the article and you'll see.
Sorry,
So now you've read the article. Now, if you don't know what it stands for, look it up. And then explain to us why the fascist jihadist regime of the IRGC kills, tortures, and abuses children. Why do they do that? And women. Is that a nice thing to do? Let me ask somebody else. You don't understand the question. Hang on. We'll go around the room. You don't understand the question. David, is that a nice thing to do? David, is it nice to kill, torture, and abuse children and women? Rafi, is that a nice thing to do? Yaakov? Anybody?
I can answer that.
You?
I would say no. That's not a good thing to do.
Okay,
Did
I
I get
agree
that
with
right?
you. Anybody else want to say?
Is HRW, is it like FDD, one of those neo-Nazi? What it?
Is that your excuse for killing it? Is that your excuse for killing, torturing, abusing children? It's biased? Why is it biased? Are you denying?
I'll answer it very clear to Al. The question you asked me and everybody. No and never. Okay?
No.
Simple.
What do you?
I don't know why anybody is afraid to answer that question.
Because it's a loaded question. The parameter of the question is wrong.
So loaded, yeah. So difficult to answer.
Not loaded.
What is that?
Very straightforward.
It's like, why do you rape someone? I mean, you didn't rape anyone. I mean, that you.
Well, no. I didn't say no. Again, you need somebody to translate for you. So here's a report that says the fascist jihadist regime of the IRGC kills, tortures, and abuses children.
I don't know.
So you said it was a revolution.
What are you talking about? Is it the country or something?
Okay, I know you're having difficulty with the language, so try listening and maybe you can dial a friend and get a translation of what I'm saying. So you said that we were colonizing, and then I said you overcame a country and subjected them to the worst sort of abuse, particularly their women and children. And all I wanted to know is if that's nice. And I'm starting to get the feeling that it's not a very nice thing. That's what Dr. John said. Danny, what do you think? Do you think it's a nice thing for the IRGC's jihadist, fascist, Nazi, Jew-hating, murderous regime to do? I don't know. I feel like it's not a nice thing to do. Maybe I'm too picky, though. What do you think, Danny? You think it's okay? Take a look at the article at the above. Because there was somebody in the room a second ago who was an apologist for the Iranian fascist, jihadist, Islamist regime of the IRGC. So we wanted to explain why that was a bad thing. What do you think, Randy?
What's the title? I'm new to the room, so I'm going to wait a little further before I chime in. I to be honest, I'm just getting caught up.
Okay.
You know what? If you repeat your question, I'll answer it.
Yes.
If you don't mind.
So I placed a link at the top documenting how the fascist jihadist regime of Iran, known as the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, rapes, tortures, and kills.
The C stands. C in IRGC stands for criminals.
Oh, okay. I thought it was core. I guess I was close. So, do you think it's nice for them to do that to their own people, Randy?
Well, I hate to generalize, but yeah, in general, I think it's wrong.
It is core.
I said core.
It's not criminals.
Randy said it was criminals.
Hey, I think that was just being. Was that a joke, Randy? It is core.
I don't know.
Yes.
No, it stands for official name is criminals.
Okay. Norma, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure you can.
Okay. So, like, if I was a Palestinian, like, just trying to, like, go their day-to-day lives, right? And you have this entity that's over your entire head. deciding your life, that's saying like, no, you need to stop doing what you're doing, and the negative ramifications are happening in your life. Like, how that's so bad. It's so bad.
The ramifications.
I don't know how anybody who's like, with all due respect to all my Palestinian friends, how can you be in a situation where you have people looking down, like, with all due respect, looking down on you, saying, like, those people, I guess, don't matter. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. At the end of the day, they're looking. At the end of the day, they're looking down on them. Isn't that what we're doing?
But you have to get them to tag 3 friends.
No, they're using them. They're using them for their own means. They view them as cannon
that's
fodder.
even worse. That's even worse, right? Because like
you're trying to apply Western logic to a place where Western logic doesn't apply, and that's the fault of the. I mean, that's the entirety of the Western.
If you ask like a Palestinian across the street, if you ask him like, what do you want, like, I would hope to guess, like, has there any polls been done, like, do you believe, like, what do they believe? I don't know.
Look, at the end of the day, in the course of time, sooner or later, ultimately, someday, things are going to change. When all is said and done, in the long run, at the end of the day, things have got to change.
We've officially reached the limit of at the end of the days for the next 20 minutes. So no more at the end of the days.
Randy, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
So CBS did a breaking news from New York, by the way, and it was about the whole Trump thing, and also the hostages. Hostages also was for sure. But, like, at the end, they were like, by the way, Trump is doing this thing. It's like, that's not appropriate. Definitely not appropriate. And this is like this special report, breaking news, which means, like, in the entire country of the U.S., if they're watching TV right now on CBS, they're watching this right now. So that's not cool, right?
The prisoner exchange?
No, they didn't even talk about the prisoner exchange.
What's on CBS right now?
No, it was a breaking news. It was a breaking news report.
About what?
What's the breaking news?
I just talked about it. Come on.
I think is it breaking news or breaking wind?
Okay, the breaking news was about, yes, the hostages, but it was more about. Never mind. Just watch. It's fine.
Got it. Well, CBS are not, it's a big story.
Yeah, okay.
They're not going to sleep on this.
The first headline, it was the hostages being handed over,
I must say that the photos are very touching.
Yeah, of course.
Images of the mothers hugging their children is beautiful, and
maybe even people like who are not in this. David, hold on 1 second. Norm, you here?
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? One thing about Soren.
What?
Never speak about the Israeli topics. As soon as he brings up Israeli topics, right away shift it to the IRGC he runs.
Yeah, but Rafi, that's all he wants to talk about. So
I understand, but if you start questioning him on IRGC, he runs himself. He doesn't sit around. He doesn't want internal politics to be discussed between.
I agree.
And this is the best thing, just to always flip the narrative to IRGC right away.
I agree. I agree. That's what I did.
Actually giving him an answer to his question that you guys always defend, right away flip it to the IRGC.
100%. He gets very upset.
Yes, and I told you many times, he's Persian, and why he's Persian, because he said something one time that he didn't notice. He said, our internal politics shouldn't be discussed with others. He was telling that to many people in the room that always brought up. He meant ours, meaning it's his. He's not Afghani, he's not this, he's actually Persian.
Oh, I know what he is. The Persians hate him. They know who he is.
I know, but he always says our internal politics shouldn't be discussed.
Yeah, you're right.
Just something to think about before you entertain him next time. Entertain yourself.
I just want to say really quick, like anybody who's in the U.S., the fact that they stopped, at least on CBS, they stopped like programming to talk about the release of the hostages. That's pretty cool. That's pretty impactful, I would say. Not only just stop programming, they said like it's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, Brian, I think it was yesterday. These are two ayatollahs. Like, Judges makes it. AP is sort of trying to minimize this in the headline.
Yes, it was a hate crime, and I'm really appreciated from that guy who killed them. In Iran, we hate them.
Yeah, I know.
Like this Ahund, we call it Ahund in Persian. We hate them. It was two ayatollahs. They were judge, and somebody killed them. He was, for example, he was working at that building.
He was like guard, I believe.
What?
Yeah, I heard it was a guard, and the guard committed suicide after he shot the
In Iran, for example, majority of the people hate them. And for example, in Iran-Iraq war, for example, as much as I remember, public support was much higher during that time. I wasn't alive that time. I wasn't born. But for example, my mother and father told me there was much more solidarity in Iranian society, and Islamic Republic had more public support than now. But right now, majority of the people hate this Islamic Republic or this regime, and they are happy. For example, when, for example, Israel killed lots of Iranian generals or IRGC generals, or for example, the heads of proxy groups like Nasrallah, Hashem Safiuddin, most of the people in Iran became happy, and they say thank you. I really appreciate that. I think, yes, just 1 second, sorry. I think this, what's happening after 7th of October, Iranian people following the news with details. For example, following the news with every aspect of the news, and this sort of things, for example, about what is happening in Gaza, what is happening in Israel, because it has an impact in Iran political system, and it's making Islamic Republic weaker and weaker, and especially lots of Islamic Republic supporters losing their hope. That was my point.
I agree. It's amazing, that article, not once did they use the word Ayatollah in that article. And probably on purpose.